fight the demons in my mind. I'll prevail with every battle if I'm right. Guess my aim was off, the target's out of sight. Would I be better if I left it all behind? 'Cause we could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a Just take my hand. We'll leave this place behind. No second chance. I know there's more to find. 'Cause we could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way.
How's everybody doing, guys? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day, boys. How are all of you doing tonight? This time, I'm not nearly as late as I was, but still a little behind, though not behind enough to miss out on these 5v5 1v1 duels. Boys, we got ourselves even more 5v5 beta duels this evening, and my voice is getting kind of hoarse again. I'm gonna hope that that's just like a passing thing and it doesn't stick around for a while. How are you doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. We got to get on the Dragonflight beta and see if we can put some groups together. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. But I would have to say, I'm vibing, but I have to say, Outlaw isn't looking good. Oh no, dude, not Outlaw, bros. Oh no. Oh, I think, I don't know, give it a little bit of time. I gotta give, oh man, maybe I gotta join these duels sometime and show you boys how it's done on that Outlaw Rogue. But yo, let's hop right on. Let me get the music back up and running. This song is actually kind of good. I'm surprised I liked it a lot. Maybe I'll keep it as a potential duel song for later. But how you boys all doing? Welcome back. Oh, it's loud. Oh, that is loud. Here we go. Much better. Oh, hopping on, boys. Hopping on, man. Good F rogues. Dude, that's what I feel like. Dude, that's part of that rogue fantasy, honestly. Like, I used to be really kind of like sad when people said, you know what, good F rogues. But it's like, you know what, they're just part of my class fantasy. I'm literally the kind of class that's, what is it? I'm literally the kind of class that's hated by everybody. That's part of my class fantasy. Kind of like how hunters die to everything and warlocks don't die at all, and then mages usually get locked out and all stuff all the time, and then paladins have no mobility. Being hated is part of my class fantasy, and honestly, I accept. At this point, I just accept it. I just comes with the job, comes with the class. You know what I mean? Everyone in the moment hates the rogues. I know they do. I know they do. Which is why I was actually thinking partially. Not really the reason why I was thinking of doing it, but that's why, I mean, that would be one of the benefits of playing a different main, right? I did consider going to a whole new main altogether for Dragonflight, and in main, that would be the worst idea at this point. I mean, rogues don't look bad, but then evoker changes, man, they just got tankier. I want to see how like a very, very experienced evoker plays with all these tanky buffs. I'd love to see it. Also, we got what? Death Knights are looking really good. The Unholy Death Knight in particular is incredibly powerful. Yeah, what else we got? Warrior, also extremely fun. Did I say Evoker already? Hopefully I said Evoker. Is the jittery thing still... Is that still... I'm trying to see if people are jittering around as they're moving. I'm seeing some jitter, yeah. So it looks like the jitters are still in the game, which is super unfortunate, but what can you do, right? Am I missing a action bar? I am. Did my bars get all kind of messed up on this character? I feel like they did. I feel like they did, because my bars look a little bit more empty than before. I thought I had stuns and all the other stuff in here, but apparently not. Boys, how are we doing tonight for the groups? How are we looking like right now? Raids Legacy, let's see who we got this evening. It looks like I may have to set up a group myself. 5V5 1v1 Duels group. Let me know, boys, if you want to join in. Feel free, feel welcome. If you guys want to sign up, there we are. The group has been started. If you guys got groups already up and running, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to be putting them together. Johnny Bravo, first man to sign up for this group. Whisper me or just sign up if you guys want to. We're going to be trying to put a group together. Hopefully, we'll have maybe an alliance group as well. On how do you have like a... Oh, outlaw. Okay. I'm interested. I am actually interested. Hit me with it, my guy. All right, Kyrian, go. Between the eyes, pistol. Okay. I mean, it's... kind of do damage, sorta. Yeah, that was kind of good. I do. So there's like a setup that I did before. I'll need to take a look at your talent setup again. Arclight, Vital. What is it? Oh, is that the entry item to res? That's so good. Oh my god, it's actually so good. Hell yeah, I love that. Hell yeah. It looked like it actually casts fairly quickly too. Is that like the battle res, or is that like the what is it called? So there's a battle res item that lets you be res in combat, and then there's another one that's like a Swiss Army knife. They're just like a normal res, but like an NG version. Make sure Frost Mage lands in the group. I will try to, man. If I get C-Mark in here or any kind of Frost Mage, I think that'd be fantastic. But yeah, let's get ourselves groups up and running, boys. And oh my god, is that actually done processing that fast? You've got to be kidding me. That is very, very quickly. Johnny, yo, hit me with it, my guy. Hit me with it. I need a wake-up call for the day. Hit me with a... Okay, invis. Into a bit of burst radiant spark. Did he mess up a little? He may have messed up just... Yeah, I'm gonna guess he messed up maybe a little. Unless that was on purpose. Woo! Maybe not. Maybe that was on purpose. Maybe you just try to Kyrian, build up a little bit of damage, knock you back, and then make the third and fourth hit super giga strong. Okay, that's one way of doing it. I like that. Hell yeah. I'm a forfeit for now. So I get healed up here and there. It looks like Warcraft is still running around, busting boys down. Actually bursting them with shield charge instead. Missing the boost, still killed the monk. Let's go, my guy. Yeah, if you guys want to join up, you're more than welcome to. Reverence, we got him in the group last. They want to join in as part of the group. Let me know if you guys want to join in. Try to see if we can put one together. Is Atheman going to be joined tonight? Abe is still over in PTR. We got 3 so far. Okay, so we got also 3. Same. Do we have anybody over on the line by any chance that wants to ask the boys? Wait. Seavark? Is Seavark in a group right now? Because I saw that Seaver could probably get some really, really awesome. Oh, thank you. Seaver could probably get some really, really awesome bursts. So we could potentially maybe see Seaver doing some insane stuff over on the. Oh, that doesn't work on a gun. Okay, well, I need a spear. Thank you, though. Reverence, was that gave me that? Thank you, appreciate it. I need to grab a gun at some point, though. Yeah, it looks like people are still kind of jittering. It's not a gun and shit. I didn't realize. Worthless, can I try the tank one shot real quick, at least in a duel without boots? Yeah, Worthless, like if you want me to go somewhere so you can one shot me, mother welcome to him. Oh, you mean in a duel? You mean in a 5v5 1v1 duel? I mean, if you can guarantee that you can get a one shot in there, then I'll be okay with you maybe going once with it. I'm not against like a protection warrior glad stance kind of like big go. Oh wait, you're here. Yeah, hit me with it, my guy. Hit me with it. It's a 50k land spam for those that are smart to figure it out. 50k land spam, what does that mean? With the new UI update come out in pre-patch out? Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. Him, gotcha. Hope to see some evokers. I want to see how they're doing in PvP post buff. Well, we had a bunch of evokers yesterday. They were doing kind of okay. They were doing pretty good. I need two more, yeah. Me too, man. Me too. Where's Leroy, by the way? Did Leroy assume that we're just gonna be abandoned Demon Hunter? So he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna skip out. I'm gonna come back another day. Maybe Antrasin, since the mini wants to join in. Potentially. Mr. Hawk, I guess I'll accept. I don't know if he's around or not. Athens not on. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some of the other boys on here as well. But yeah. 50k lance spam, like lance. What does that mean? Is that the warrior ability? The spear? Lance. Mungus bite? Is that what we're talking about? I'm trying to think what you mean by lance spam. Ice lance. Oh, why did I think of like a physical ability? What the? I didn't realize. Yeah, I had no idea. Okay. What, crits or is that non-crits? So like 100k crit? Huh. Yeah, Frostmage almost killed me in a second with that build of PTR. Really? Does Sierra have a build like that? Does Johnny potentially figure out a build that works? So we actually have only two for my team. In fact, I'm starting to think about it. Last Boker has how many? 3? I have 2. I said 3 earlier, but it just I don't count. Alright, hit me with it. I'm ready. Hold on. Pets, yes. Where am I? Here we go. You can have a pony. Now, I can't really control the pony. Hold on. If I do slash reload, I might be able to. Real quick. Yeah. Does this stack? I have no idea. Revenge grants you vanguards, increasing your damage zone, reducing damage taken. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Earl of the Run, Shatter Icelands, damage buffers, and freezing winds talents. In some mages, C is. Go ahead, have fun. It sounds good. Yeah, if we could maybe get like Seabark or somebody to show it off, like a mage that figured it out, that'd be awesome to see, man. Beating up on my horse. Oh wait, number bars are back. What the hell? Weird. Hidden. Because I have a... No, I don't have add-ons. What's wrong with pet heal? Here we go. I was gonna say like what my bars were. Okay, now we're good though. Only if GS worked. So close, oh my god. What's up, shit, man? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Yeah, if you guys want to join us, we have a group 5,000 duels over in the beta. I want to see what drop ward does to me real quickly. Big spear? Was that your big hit? Oh, that was a shield charge, right? Wait, hold on. It was a normal charge. I don't think you shield charge me. I think you just normal charge me. Was that a charge or shield charge? I see Warbringer, I see charge, I see Spear of Bastion, I see Thunderous Roar. Did you shield charge? Hold on, are you playing the right talent? I did shield charge and charge. Wait, what? I think one of them canceled each other out. Okay, so I got hit by Spear Bastion, I got hit by melee, I got hit by Warbreaker, I got hit by charge. I didn't get hit by shield charge. Yeah, he just didn't even hit. That would have been like a big hit. Imagine that on top of the burst he had. That would have been a real hit. I don't think that first time it actually even hit Worthless. At least I don't think it did. Yeah. So I think when you charge, you may have canceled out your shield charge. It's kind of like one took over for the other, and then the other ability didn't really do anything. Because I charged to proc Warbringer. I don't think you even need Warbringer, honestly. I think if you just go Spear, charge, and you get a crit, I think that's going to be plenty of damage. Unless you feel like you actually do need Warbringer. But how do you get the charge and shield charge? Because I don't think you can do both. Unless it just applies. Hit storage 40k. Warbringer hit me for... melee devastated Warbringer 14k. That's not really 40, that's 14. Like if you do the big shield charge right now, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna do more damage. Just no buffs, no nothing, just big shield charge. This is the big one. I don't know what the cooldown of that thing is. It's maybe like a minute during cities. I don't know, I feel like 40k, but yeah, during cities the shield charge is gonna do more, isn't it? The Warbringer, I don't know, like charge with Warbringer is probably weaker than a big shield charge, but I'll let you be the judge of that, man. I don't play a lot of prop rally or prop warrior, so I would have any idea, honestly. So there was Warbringer and the shield charge. So can it proc both? Both could proc at the same time. Wait, so how does that work? Do you just need to start charging and then switch to Warbringer, or the other way around, I guess? I just don't understand, like, or does it just proc with a shield charge? Maybe it's that simple. What if it charges and then shield charges? I have no idea. There's probably a combo to it, but I have no idea what the combo would be. We got ourselves also, oh, my man Steve are joining in. Hey, how you doing, bud? Welcome, welcome. How you doing? You're not wrong. I mean, whatever you want to do, man. If you want to try it again. I got train dummies here, or I got my pets out here. I can just chill here for a bit while we get in groups together. Because I'm chilling, having a good time, man. And the Warlock video is good to go. I'm actually very much surprised it's ready as early as it is. Can't wait till November 28. Dude, me too. Actually, not even November 28. I mean, November 28 is pretty big, don't get me wrong. But I'm really excited for, what are pets? Okay, they're there. I'm really excited for the pre-patch. And then I'm excited for the Evoker pre-patch, phase 2. And then I'm excited for the actual release. I am very excited, man. I am very excited. Are you doing some big go? Do you need to be like, do I need to be close to you so you can like debuff me? If you want to just like DPS my pets for a while, maybe you need all that rage or whatever. Come here a bit. Okay. I can kind of come close. Can I create a full white evoker? Like scales and armor? Yes, you can do like white armor, white scales, I believe. Too close. Okay. Ah. Did I just not crit? Oh, I died anyway. Well, it was effective at killing me, but it didn't crit. But it was definitely effective. Albino Evoker? Yeah, I think you can do that. I believe you should be able to make something like that, yes. Alrighty, boys. Can I get a... I guess I'm just gonna come back. Yo, let's start to advertise to some groups. On how? Yo, we need Onomas, boys! We need one more for 5V5 1V1 DUELS, so we'll be good to go! Hell yeah, boys! Hey, yeah, Laugh, how are we doing in groups, man? Our group's starting to get put together. Also, by the way, mount riding is a little bit weird. If you back it up on the mount while flying, you move at ridiculously fast speeds. I think you're just as fast as like normal flying. It's just you got this like scooting effect now. It's so good. Just go flying. It's so good. Need some more? Alright, sounds good. Sounds good, my guy. Here we go. Let me clean up my screen a little bit. Alrighty, boys. Time to start advertising. Starting 5V5 1v1 Duels group. Need one more for group 1 and 2 more for group 2. Whisper me if interested. We'll start doing like this. We'll start advertising like we used to, man. Get some new fresh blood in here. Get some of the boys in here. If you guys have any friends over in the beta or in real ID that want to join up, by the way, they're more than welcome to. Did Painbreaker join you, by the way, Lath? For your group? Or is Painbreaker not in your group? Because I can get Painbreaker into this group, and then hopefully we can maybe get a couple more bodies over in your group, and we'll be good to go. Hey, I guess I could ask Sip. Hey, need one more? Oh, hey, that's awesome. Hey, Sip. We hosting some 5V5 1v1 duels. Are you interested in joining? Question mark. Ask him. And we got ourselves Amin. Hey, we got this group. Hell yeah. This group is set. This group is set, boys. Oh god, why is it like this? Raid frames. Yeah, save. Cool. So who wants to be lead on this group, man? On how? Johnny? Reverence? So who want to be lead? Hey. Who want to lead this? Johnny? I guess Seavark. I'll make Seavark. Hey all. Making Seavark lead for this group. Second group needs +1 and we are good to go. So let me delist real quickly. Delist this group. Make Seavark leader of this raid group. And then I could back out. So stay here. Lath, let me know when you're ready, my guy. Let me know if you're ready. Because Seavark is at the ready. He got himself a 5-man and we should be good to go. 5, beautiful. And now Lath just needs one more. Need some more? Ready? Oh, wait. Okay, cool. Hey, let's go. Match Seavark and Silver Hawk. 5. Nagrand. I'm gonna show you guys, throw you guys into a Nagrand very first duel. Sure, come in. Sounds good. Groups are up in LFG. They just filled, but they rotate regularly. Yeah, sorry about that, Mel. Now I feel bad, man. I told him, hey, you want to join? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, no groups are up now. I feel so bad, man. I didn't want to, I mean to do it on purpose or nothing like that. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, boys. Let me get the duels mix in here. And we'll get these 5V5 1v1s on their way. Here we go. That's a good one. I like this one to start with. Actually, no. Let's go to something else. Let's do something different. Ooh. I like this one too. That's a good song. I just want to make sure we start on the good one. How y'all doing though? What a timing. What's up, hey? How you doing, my guy? Hope you having a good evening, guys. What's up, Robs? How you doing, man? So many weird bugs in the beta. Yeah, hopefully they'll get them fixed before the release. That'll be very important for them to fix all these things before the release. Definitely. Flying moonwalk, for sure. But that flying moonwalk is not the worst bug I've ever seen, honestly. Alrighty, boys. So Twitch. We got ourselves CM1 together full of mages. We got Johnny Bravo as well as Lil CV, Lil C-Mark over as Arcane Mage. We got Reverence and Industrial Warlock on House Ass. Gonna be first up versus the last Evoker as Last try to see if he can potentially just get away from the Rogue. Try to slow him down with Disintegrates. Cloak of Shadows by the Rogue. Looking to reposition as Last Evoker looking to swing around the corner. Does he get himself a proper opener versus on how does poke himself out of stealth somehow. I'm not even sure how he did it. Big blast into the Rogue. Does this man die right here? Big invasion. Last try to see if he can close the gap. Vanish out of the Rogue. Does he still have dots on him? Kind of like shuffling over to the other side of the arena. Is gonna go for that regenerating. Last, does he realize he just blasted this man out into almost 0 health, but the Rogue escaped with like 2. One of the reasons why people hate rogues is because they feel like they always escape any kind of opener, any kind of burst, any kind of setup. It's going to be Lad going to sap out on his Shroud as removes all of these Shroud stacks, charges to protect it from any control one by one. And now how we're looking for a bit of a reset. Does Lad have enough burst? Does he have enough setup in BCC in order to establish the same kind of burst? Because you kind of get a lot of cooldowns in order to make the kind of Evoker one-shot happen. As Lath looking to shift around towards on how, trying to go for a bit of a living flame on how catches a proper reset. Did the Rogue already use his cooldowns, or is the Rogue still in a situation where he's waiting on it? Ambush, Shiv, big burst. Does he have a big setup? That's going to be, I think, Kingsbane. Massive burst on the last. Last is going to drop down to the dots as on how does Trinket for it. Looking to land the kill with my Horde Eaters. Going to be up next. Or is it MC? Chorney? MC? I don't even... What kind of a name do I give it? Turds? I guess I could call them turds, but I feel like that'll be kind of like... disrespectful in a way. Though that is his name. Try to see if he can maybe also play up to that Evoker playstyle. Saps up for on how. I don't know on how, because it looked like on how used Kingsbane versus Lad, but I think he may have full rest of the burst versus Turds. Gonna go for that death mark. Big blade damage. Actually, just looking to reset. That's gonna be Turds trying to go for as much stuff as possible. But the man is literally melting the dots. Ruined onto the Rogue, but the Rogue just melted the guy. Oh my god. He can't even escape it. The dots are in. I think you had to be playing that Rogue build where, or the Evoker build, where you go for that full cleanse. Because they do have a talent in the class tree where they can use this like mass cleanse. Think of it like that Kyrian sippy cup that removes bleeds, curses, corruptions, everything that isn't magical on a minute cooldown. Evokers have that as a talent choice. And I think you may have to run into that if you've ever played against a Rogue. You got fully dotted, cleanse yourself entirely, and you should be good to go. Gonna be Claws up next. Bleeds versus Bleeds. As on how ASUS apparently plays into a heavy damage over time playstyle. It's gonna be a Moonfire for Claws around the corner. I don't even know how you got that Moonfire. You just have like a pixel of line of sight of on how. I felt like the guy was pretty snug behind the pillar. He's gonna go for a Phantom Knights, getting the Feral out in the open. Get a shot to follow him as the Feral got full bleeds on how. Evasion for the Rogue, so Claws is gonna have to play very, very defensively. Barkskin trying to go for a bash, doesn't quite get it. Looking to shuffle out of there. Not really, he's not really doing this shuffling on purpose, by the way. That's a bug. If you guys did join the beta and join the stream, that is a bug in the beta. Not much you could really do about it. Claws does go for the Thorns. It's going to be enough to dissuade on how from attacking him any further. As on how, you're just waiting for some cooldowns. Anyway, he's hanging out. He's going to have some dots on him. Does get a stop on the Feral though. Oh my goodness. It is going to be some dots on the Feral too. As on how, I think keeps moving in and out of stealth little by little. But looks like both of these boys are for now dotted. But eventually, one of them should probably be able to get a proper opener, yeah? On how skulking over. Claws back in the cat form. Does he go for a Phantom Knights to try to get him out? He doesn't need to. He needs to make sure he doesn't let the Feral get the proper opener. Once the Feral sits in his dots, then he's going to be at an advantageous position for. And how, honestly, it's probably better just to start with Claws and Bear form, because at least you can establish all your dots and then delay your burst until later and hope the Feral comes out a Bear form by then. Stone onto Claws. It's going to go for the full set of dots. Big death mark, everything. Barkskin, Thorns. This is where the dots are just going to work. On how in Vanish, Claws is actually taking so much damage. He needs to find a way to remove some of these damage over time abilities. That's going to be Riga Road, Ambush right after. Claws still taking a lot of damage. Cloak Shot is up for on how. Big and Venom. Oh my god, Claws. Oh my god, this on how assassin is a literal assassin. What the fell is going to be up next? Literally, his name fits the situation here. What the fell is going on here? This warrior's gonna have a hell of a war cut out for him as on how apparently figured out the key to becoming the best rogue in the world. Literally using guile. He puts dots, vanishes back in stealth, waiting until the enemy melts as the enemy is looking for the recovery. He jumps back out of stealth, corrode, pressure, big damage, massive venom right in the kidney, and then the barrel goes down. This man has got it figured out. Honestly, whenever I put up guides, I'm just going to ask on how is it played assassination. It's going to be my assassination PvP guide. Hey guys, I'm here to interview on how assass. As a man is looking to recover versus what the fell, meet it blind, isn't a spear, hoping to get a trinket. Actually, apparently what the fell trinket is something. What a trinket! Gonna be a leap around the corner. This way the warrior needs to close that gap. That's gonna slow into on how. Shadow stepping is gonna go for a shift. Try to get some damage versus what the fell. Does he have another kidney shot coming up? That is gonna be kidney. It is heavily DR'd though. That's gonna be big defense. So it's gonna be shadow step for and how uses the shadow step to propel himself. Slingshot himself with the momentum against what the fell. And then send him through the wall. This man is literally attacking him through the wall. What is going on? Looks like he tried to cancel his auto attacks, dives back into stealth. What the fella has plenty of recovery. As soon as this man takes no damage from the rogue, I believe he's running second wind. I imagine a lot of warriors would run second wind in a duel. Sap is going to be able to Zerk a rage out of it. Got himself plenty of self-healing. Regenerating for Unhow. Going to be a lead by the warrior. Dies in the stealth the last second. Sap, no more in rage regeneration or Zerkers out of that one. Sap by the rogue. What the fell could be in a weird spot. And Unhow looking to find a way to get around what the fell. He needs to go for another big go. Kingsbane, Deathmark, everything. Make sure you stun lock him. No chicken available for the warrior. No defenses either. So the warrior needs to be proactive. He needs to disarm the rogue. Stuns him. There he goes in. Trinket by Unhow before the warrior even goes in for a big burst. It's gonna be full Deathmark. Kingsbane, everything. Got him some massive venom. Vanish for the rogue. What the fellow's just melting right now. The man is just bleeding out. There's nothing you can do about it. My God. What the hell? This is so much cheese. This is just as cheesy, if not cheesier, than early rogues in Shadowlands Season 4, 3 I think it is, where they would go Sepsis, Vendetta, Vanish with 100% crit Lego, and just let the enemy melt to dots. That's basically it. On how going in for the cheap shot onto that pet while getting shot onto Pain Baker. Got him some plenty of control on both of them. It's going to be going for a Shadow Dance, trying to see if he can fight through the Warlock. The Warlock having to go for a death back. Weapon getting thrown down by his main pet. And on how he's going to be behind the pillar. The pets are actually doing so much work. Well, looks like the pets have been fixed. Yesterday, the pets weren't working well at all. But now they are. That Felguard and the Dreadstalkers are doing work behind the pillar. On how is reconsidering his decision. Maybe shouldn't have opened that early versus Pain. The man just gonna die behind the pillar. What is this? Oh my God. Wait, Pain didn't even have to touch him. He just sent the pets at him and let the pets do work. What is that? You gotta be kidding me. What was that? Pain? Oh my goodness. Now I'm starting to feel bad about Pain because yesterday he had such a good duel versus Atherman, but his pets just wouldn't work. They wouldn't do anything at all. And imagine if only he could have been doing this the entire time. Stun around the corner versus Johnny. Mortal to follow. Trying to go for CC chain. Maybe has a second stun right after. Gonna be, I think, a quick invis by Johnny for a second. Freeze onto all the pets. Pain doesn't want to be being Gonna be big rated spark. Does it up walking into freeze anyway. That's gonna be the pets. Hopefully break it little by little. Gonna be weapon and getting disarmed from the pet. It's gonna be able to charge right next to Johnny. The pet is miles ahead of Johnny. Just beating him up. Literally punching the boy, knocking the pet back, knocking the Warlock as well. Gonna be some missiles. Pain needs himself a little bit more damage. Maybe an interrupt versus Johnny. Mad heal by the Warlock. Soulborn Warlock Hellstone. Taking a big chunk out of that cookie. Gonna be a stun. Johnny has a blink for it. Pain is just miles ahead of this guy. Always gonna be forced out an ice block. I like that shot of fear. He basically knew exactly where the guy was gonna go. And they continue doing damage, expecting for a blink out of him. Pain is just on another level with this Warlock business. My goodness. Jesus. Normally Pain plays a lot of melee in these duels, but Pain can also do casters apparently. Normally we're seeing like Lath play with a lot of the casters, but Pain so far, man. Literally bringing on the Pain. Johnny doesn't get to win for now though. Gonna be a gateway, setting up a polymorph. Is it gonna be stunned by that pet? Potentially could be. Trying to go for Rigor Frost into the pet. Does freeze it. Does Pain live this? Johnny better have himself a proper go. Gonna be Demon Dog is immediately with a Mortal Coil. Pain trying to be counter-aggressive here. Gonna be a fear to follow versus Johnny. Got himself all to time, so he should be okay for now. He got himself the immunity, or not immunity, but like damage prevention. He got himself support with it all the time. Always gonna be able to reset himself up back to a more comfortable health number and a better threshold. Johnny looking to just escape out of that situation. Got some cooldowns out of Pain. Didn't really get the most amount of damage in there. Couldn't really get the most burst. Tried to see if he could aim it. Bowling. Does he get it? It does freeze him, but I don't think he quite hit him. That was so close though. Demon Doggers are on him though. Dude, these Demon Doggers got nerfed, but I think they're still they're biting. They're still biting. They're doing a lot of damage. Wait, these pets are doing a lot of damage. Johnny, you may be in a bit of trouble. Trying to go for a breath onto the imps, running out in the open. Maybe panicking a little bit. Gonna be another Falcon getting sent over at Johnny Bravo. Touching the magic onto Pain Breaker, but it doesn't look like Johnny's gonna commit too much damage. Gonna be Pain porting back over to him. Maybe Johnny sending someone up. Does not have an ice bucket anymore. Big Demon Dog has got himself all the time. May need to use it really early in order to recover health. Does get to use it a little bit earlier. Nova on all these pets. Just trying to see if he can avoid the pets. Gonna be the main Falcon just amped up. It's all green and ready to go. And so far, Johnny's been able to dance around Pain, but not quite win. Immediately went invis and tried to recover food as soon as humanly possible. Can Pain potentially bring it back for his team? They just got fully dispatched by a rogue. But I believe Pain could be the man to bring it back to victory, back to glory. Johnny, not worried about those imps at all. Interrupt on the Pain Baker as the man is looking to go behind the pillar. Looks like Johnny's still playing it very defensively. Nova onto Pain. As he's still looking to reposition. That main Felguard is still chasing after him. Fel Lord to follow. Demon Dog is after. Demon Bolts. I don't know if Johnny survives this at all. Mordecai is setting him out. Demon Doggers are back on him. Going for the big bites. It's going to be another pet joining in with the Wrathguard. I think it's just a randomly summoned Wrathguard. Axe tossed by that main pet. You're locked out on Arcane. Nothing you can really do about it. That is super unfortunate. With reference to the Destruction Warlock making a return. I thought Reverence was going to play mostly red, but I'm glad you at least given Duster a go. They recently got buffed. 30% buff, worked out pretty well yesterday. Mordecai sent and Pain Breaker as he got a full summon with pets. Gonna be Reverence with the Dark Pack, trying to go for the big ball of Fireball, lobbing it at Pain, but he's getting surrounded by all these pets looking for a port. That Chart is actually doing a bit of work. Those imps are actually putting in the pressure. That's also going to be the Oblity down. That's going to be full team of Doggers. Reverence could be in trouble. Does get himself wall, jittering himself all the way over to the left-hand side of the pillar. Looking to find himself a better position, but once you have all these pets on you, much of the damage from Painbreaker is already on you. Suck him to see for a second. Reverence looking to go for a Bonzafell. Try to see if he can maybe pour Painbreaker out into a bad position. Is going to be forcing him out on the Bonzafell. Demon Dog is charging in. Reverence with the Mortal Call. Can't really respond right now. Need himself a defensive. Going to be a lockdown with stumble one of the Fell Guards. Does he get himself a Dark Pack last second? Trying to go for as many defenses as he got. He got himself a Reflect. Pain actually taking a bit of damage. Mortal Call and Pain. Does get Axe Toss. Does Reverence finally finish off here? It's going to be Soul Fire together with a second CC. Pain does go for a massive heal with a Soul Burn Hellstone. Looks like the man is still recovered, still hanging in at 45% dampener. This Warlock is not willing to give up. Reverence and Pain are both really low. Could be anyone's game. Demon Dog is charging out, drain life. Oh! I think Reverence actually took it back. No way. I gotta check the back. Did Reverence do it? Reverence did make a return, boys. Oh my god, that was so close. I honestly thought Pain was gonna take it at the end there. Wait, did they kill each other? Did they? Hold on, who else played? Johnny, oh Johnny. Wait, two. Look, so you killed the rogue. Okay. I was thinking maybe they did a crossfire, but I don't think that happened. I got the killing blow. Dude, that was insane Reverence. I enjoyed that, dude. Destro has made a pretty big return to Dragonflight. It's not like it's, you know, functionally different, but it is a lot stronger. It is a lot better. And I do appreciate it that Blizzard actually went down and like, you know what, let's buff this thing up at least. Because the talent tree was all kinds of weird because the damage didn't really feel alright. Seavark and Silver, let me know when you guys are ready. We'll get another one going. Yeah, boys? Hey, hell yeah. Just running a setup build. Interesting. Are you going to try different builds or are you just going to play your build and see if that works out? Because if you want to try a bunch of different builds, man, more than welcome to. Now would be the perfect time to like see what works, what doesn't work, you know what I mean? If you want to make a dot heavy build, go for it. If you want to make a setup build, big casual build, maybe Portal build, Inferno build, whatever you want to try. See if we're looking for a +1. If you guys want to join in, you're more than welcome to find the group over in the Raids Legacy section. See if I got a group available, boys. Lil CV Alliance is at the ready. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about, that one shot, man. Look at that thing. I guess Warbreaker did do a 50k. Yeah, I guess you're not wrong about Warbreaker. I wish you could see the shield charge. Yeah, but you are correct about Warbringer. Yeah, I didn't think it would go from 14k to 50k like that, or 40k even. Shield charge, 120k. I mean, yeah, if you combine them both together with the Dragon's Roar, which has more of immediate damage at the very beginning, that's not bad at all. That isn't bad at all. I do wonder how you do it. Yeah, I see it. I see it. You guys are ready? All right, I just need a res. If somebody could just kind of hang out next to me and just res me whenever I die while these boys test their damage on me, that would be fantastic. Alrighty. The Grand? No. No. Was it no could? No could? I'm so bad at remembering like the new arena name. Oh. Good arena. Dragonflight. I just like the way that arena looks. What is it called, chat? Anybody know? Hey Dal, you should participate as a contender in one of these sometime. I'd love to. Definitely. No Kudan? Is it no Kudan? It is no Kudan. Okay, okay. I'll try to do a quick no Kudan for you boys. Real quick no Kudan. No Kudan 1. Because I really like the way that arena looks. I think I like it visually. I don't know about functionality wise, but I love it visually. I don't want to spam it too much because Last did say he's not a big fan of it. I'd like to hear what you guys think about this arena, like in terms of playing it, but also in terms of watching it, because I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's definitely not a dark mode arena, but it's not quite as bright as the Kyrian arena. And I feel like it got a little bit of that character, right? It's got the mountains, it's got the beautiful, nice skybox. It does dim as things get darker too. So it does have like a nighttime to it. We've had like arena versions of this where it was like the sun was setting and stuff. So it's not like super light mode all the time. But I like it. I think like the pillar down the middle is interesting. The pillars on the sides are fairly small-ish. The ramp is also kind of cool. I've been enjoying like seeing that variety. But maybe after a while, like it'll wear off on me. Good arena IMO. I personally like it a lot. I definitely gotta play it some more, but the times that I spent with it so far on the beta, I did enjoy it so far. I did like it a lot. Alrighty, hopefully I saved that one. We'll just go with this one. Alrighty, boys. Ready? Switch. We got ourselves Claws 1. Oh, Claws over on team 1. And Lucy's gonna be first up with Mad Raygun over on that team. Lathmoka, Painbreaker is the Warlock. And we got Thanatos on the Frosty DK. Alonia returning as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves Johnny Bravo. We got Lil CV together with Onhow and Reverence. First up versus the Feral. Feral already getting the bleeds up and running. Reverence swapping out to Mortical. Big hands bolt onto Claws. This Claws is gonna shift out over there behind the pillar. Dark Pact available for Reverence. Got him some plenty of defense. I do wonder if Reverence is changing up the build this time around, because he played for like a setup build. This time maybe he'll play for something different. Really fast Bonzo fell. That was actually really quick. I think he tried to go for a fear and immediately started dropping Bonzo fell as Claws looking to reposition. Convoke is able to win it entirely. Claws unable to really maximize that damage. Oh my goodness, forever, it's so perfect, and does catch the second CC. Going for the big Soulfire with a Shadow Fury to follow. Bear from immediately. Gonna be a Chaos Bolt out of Reverence. Trying to see if he can maximize some damage. Quite a bit of damage though. Forcing a wall out of Claws. Is playing the Swarm and Convoke. Interesting. So he's maximizing his bleeds with the Swarm. And then he's got the Burst with Convoke. So I wonder what kind of ability he's got going on. Is it a bleed heavy, bite heavy, or what? Maybe like a mix of bleeds and bites. And maybe lower on energy regen. Claws taking quite a bit of damage, is able to heal right through it though. Fear by Reverence is gonna go get a Bonzo Fell on the Claws and try to see if he can port him out of the way. Is gonna end up porting just to make sure the Bonzo Fell does get to proc. And it's gonna be a quick port for Reverence, looking to reposition Claws, trying to go behind the pillar. As soon as she shifts on a form, there goes the second CC. It is perfect. Gonna be a not Trinket out of Claws, but something. I'm not really sure what. Try to go maybe for Rejuve. Swiftmend looking for a reheal. Fear out of Reverence does get interrupted. Soulfire does Claws have the burst. Gonna go for a stun. Does he have the Convoke coming back up soon? Reverence with Soulburn. Claws not in a good spot. Actually looking like it might be in a bit of a tight shape right now as Reverence charging out at him. Gonna hit him with a Curse of Exhaustion. Claws is having to power shift out of it. I think the Succubus was trying to go for a Succubus CC if they could. Mortical with the Soulfire, getting interrupted on that fire. Does have access to Shadow Spells though. Big Convoke does the pen help split it, or does Reverence die? Reverence looks like he avoided it entirely, but that Succubus took a bite of 2. out of that burst, out of the Feral Druid, trying to see if they can maybe survive it. Bonds fall around the corner, Claws breaks it immediately. Not really worried about breaking the fire damage. Just trying to kind of, I think, get rid of it. Pull the tooth out very quickly. Just get rid of it all. And that's going to be a big Soulfire, getting close to about half a shell, trying to go for as much self-healing as possible. Got himself a lot of survivability. Fear by Reverence, looking for another cancel, but Reverence health not looking that great. It's a rinse to follow, doing quite some impactful damage to Claws, but the Claws got him locked down in the main, but that's going to be able to take him out. Johnny Bravo charging out next, going in for a big barrage versus Claws, trying to see if he can take him out. Needs to close the gap, gets looking at CC on the Feral. Going to be a Nova. Claws can power shift it immediately. Ring of Frost trying to get set up, doesn't quite get it. Could potentially kite the Feral into the Nova. Looks like he's trying to see maybe he can set up an Arcana Sphere and knock the Feral into the ring, which is a possibility for Johnny. He could do it. I believe he could. Gonna be a Skull Bash out of Claws, putting pressure onto the Mage. The Mage sending out a Meteor as well as some missiles, trying to see if he can get Claws back behind the Scratch Post. Bash onto Johnny. Does he have an interrupt? He does have an interrupt for the Convoke. Nova onto Claws. Johnny looking to get himself a set of Breath into a, oh man, for Johnny it's a bit of a weird setup. He usually opens up with a Polymorph, but you can't Polymorph for Feral Druid. Johnny maybe, oh my goodness, I think Johnny was like, you know what, he got no kick, I'll be okay, I can get myself some burst out. He didn't expect for Claus to just take a bite out of that guy, and little CV does get a freeze on him with an Arcane Surge. Does he have himself a big go, Radiant Spark to follow? Does he have himself set up? Arcane Orb around the corner. Claus took a bit of that damage. CV does get him hit with a missiles and a barrage. CV being Seavark, trying to see if he can make a play versus a scary little kitty. Gonna be a blink to follow. Claws sees that Seavark has ultra time on him. Gonna be the Kirin Radiant Spark. Does he have the interrupt? Big barrage setup potentially. Seavark tried to make a big play. Kirin set up right after. Tried to go for a big blast. Does he have a go? Is the Kirin still gone? But also, who flagged my man Johnny? But dropped a flag of ownership on that guy. Convo getting interrupted as Seavark does get to escape it with a missile. Trying to see if he can chase after Claws. And that's gonna be Seavark just avoiding the Feral. Honestly, I just kind of lost track of Seavark. Honestly thought he was like here, but he went all the way there for a second. Maimon to CV does go for a knockback versus Claws. Claws shifted, just kind of jittering over to him, shivering over to the Mage, doing a little shimmy. Blast onto Claws, could be in trouble. DC in a good spot. Touch of the Magic is going to slam down on him. Looks like CV wasn't able to really maximize damage. As soon as he sees the Feral going behind Billy, he sits down for some food. Orb getting sent in, almost clipping. See Claws, second one, almost clipping as well. Stun onto CV, does go for a blink. This where maybe Claws could make a play, knocking back CV. But that's going to be a power shift into bear form with a root just to keep the Mage out in place. CV trying to go for missiles, maybe stack it up for a bit of damage, trying to make himself probably the biggest hit possible with an alter time at the ready. Breath versus Claws, Ring of Frost to follow. Does he catch him? Feral leaps right over it. What the? Feral literally leapt right over it. Missiles chase it after the Druid as he goes behind the pillar. That is super unfortunate. I am actually surprised that Z-axis with a ring is so finicky. Like sometimes it's consistent and other times people can just jump over it. Not a fan of that. Big damage on the CV. Does himself a good go. Missiles to follow. Claws just absolutely get a barrage. Touch of Magic is eventually going to ramp up quite a bit of damage. And CV, I think maybe has himself a good go here, potentially, possibly. Because I know that Seavark got himself some kind of different damage as Arcane. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm looking for, like to see what I can't tell if he's going to set up. With Johnny, you can tell what he's setting up. He's going for the big rotation, the big CC chain, a poly breath, the combo wombo. But with Seavark, I think he may have figured out some other tricks, something hidden. Stunned by the Druid, blink immediately by the Mage to relocate away. He's gonna go for an ultra time really early on just to make sure he can get out of there. Bash down onto CV, does go for a knockback versus Claws, interrupting the Convoke, trying to go for an Arcane Surge. CV may be in a bit of trouble. I got a lot of health. He's gonna be able to recover quite a lot of it. Temporal to follow. Breath onto CV Claws. Does he have the biggest go? That's gonna be a Noah right after. Claws, does he survive this? He just needs to get low enough on health. See if I try to cast while moving. Claws could be in a bit better of a spot. Try to go for as much recovery as possible. Renew maybe a Swiftman? Potentially. Claws, as long as he can escape the 35% health mark, he'll be a-okay. See if I just gotta get him low enough though. He gotta get him under 35% health and he'll have that execute damage bonus. But Seavark is at a bit of a tight spot. Claws just continue to heal, only 12% dampening, so barely any kind of dampening stopping this Feral Druid's approach. All to top for Seavark. Got himself even more missiles. I don't know what his cooldowns are looking like though. Try to get a couple arcade blasts. Maybe Claus could be in big trouble. That's gonna be touching the magic as well. Claus looking for a bit of a heal. Just trying to see if he can escape out of that execute. Seavark does have some bleeds on him. He needs to sit down for food. He needs to sit down for a little bit of recovery. May have to go for an ice block here at some point too. Claus so far playing in a very, very slow game. CV definitely has the mobility and the defensives to escape a lot of the bursts from Claus. Try to see if he can get himself a proper opener. Seavark just sitting there, staring the cat in the face in his mana bun. And eventually, one of these two, I think, is going to end up getting the win with a big burst. It's either going to have to be Seavark, who needs to end this duel really early before the dampening goes really high up if he wants to fight more than one competitor. Try to see if he can catch the Feral. Just to get him out, as the barrage one out, going to be a trinket for CV just to get himself out of the CC. Trying to go for a bit of damage, going to be interrupted on Arcane, knocking the Feral back. This is where Claus can put in some serious pressure all the time by CV. He can potentially maybe go for a big bite. I think he's just going to kind of camp out his spot where he is chilling in with that all the time. CV does end up altering next to Claus, trying to pull him out away from any kind of pillar. And just trying to get the kid into chase, but Cat is taking the bait. Big Cat Bow getting instructed on it. But it looks like CV can't go for the big burst just yet. He needs to get the Feral way out, away from the pillar. He can't really slow him. He can't really root him, as the power shift is quite strong. Wall getting used very early by Claus, as CV has still holding on to his cooldowns. And maybe this could be an opportunity for Seavark to make a big play. Potentially big play opportunity. Ring of Frost off of the breath. Trinket available. Claus is going to have to trinket it. I think Seavark knows that. Got himself Arcade Surge, knocking the Feral back. Gonna be a Skull Bash on that Arcade. Still unable to get his burst off. That's gonna be an Ice Block. Does he just go for it? Big touch of the magic on Claus, trying to go for a bit of missile damage to follow. Does he have himself a good setup? Does he have himself the proper go yet? Barrage at least can keep the Feral somewhat slowed. Gonna be immediate leap. He got them Skull Bashes to lock on Seavark every single time on his go. Every time he sees Seavark going for the big Arcane Surge, he has a Skull Bash already. He got the mobility. He's saving those charges just for that. In other words, just trying to see if he can survive the burst of damage out of the Arcane. Got himself that ultra time. Oh wait, no ultra time. For Seavark, it's whenever I see the little clock icon or clock animation above their heads, I keep thinking it's all the time every single time, but it's not. It's like that other buff that just gives him random buffs. Just literally random buffs. He can get arcane power randomly or get charges or cooldowns. Breath of the Claws, got himself a Skull Bash. Seavark tried to stay inside of the Rune of Power. Claus had himself touching the magic on him. Does Seavark have enough damage in? Blasted out of the Claws. Got himself missiles to follow. Seavark is bleeding out profusely though. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Trying to go for a bit of advance. Does he get himself a shield? Looking to sit down, get himself a foot. Claus smells blood in the water. He wants to end him right now if he can. Seavark got nothing left. Try to go for a massive Viz. Nova onto the Feral. Got himself a barrage at the very best. Maybe real ultra time. Looks at potential real ultra time. Missiles around the corner. Claus got himself plenty of self-healing. And Seavark trying to make sure he got the angle. Got a barrages. Big execute barrages could potentially take him. Claus trying to see if he can stay cool and collected. There's a lot of pressure. Lots of damage going out. He needs to be very careful with mobility. Seavark can easily juke him out of mobility. Put the Feral out in the open. This is where Claus needs to play perfectly. Literally perfection is what he needs in order to be this mage. Let's see if I got himself the images. Swinging around the corner, trying to see if we can predict him where he could be. Does he see the images? He probably does, right? He probably knows that they're. He's looking right at them. He must see them. And it's going to be an opener. Seavark has a blink for it immediately. Does Claus go in for the big go? Trying to get some Moonfires in. Looking for a Skull Bash. Missing a Skull Bash though. Could be pretty detrimental. Seavark could potentially have himself a proper go. Knocking back the Feral. Does he have himself a setup? Going to be the ultra time getting set up. And could use that ultra time in order to recover back at health. Needs to pressure Claus. Seavark is fine, dropping down kind of lowish on health. Claus is going to try to see if he can swing around the corner, denying him of the stealth, but someone still got a stealth off anyway. Blink for Seavark. Big bite by the Feral Druid. And I think Seavark is just done. Oh my goodness, Claus, the Feral Druid. Not letting this boy get any kind of... He just had to play him so carefully. That is an unfortunate matchup though, man. I think normally arcane mages don't win against Ferals, do they? Alonia does get a Skull Bash versus Claus. What's going to be wall, thorns, everything available for Claus. Trying to play defensively. Just himself another go. He needs himself Frenzy Region or something, anything in order to recover. But 40% dampening, barely giving him any kind of healing. Claus is just getting bitten up by Alonia. When you're this spent in the duel, there's not much you can really do. Lathwalker trying to see if he can potentially catch Alonia off foot. What I was gonna say, but then I was like, wait, pause, off paw. That doesn't work out well. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like it's a thing. Gonna be disintegrated out of Lath. Wall for Alonia. Taking big damage out of Lath. Lath with big blaster. Oh my god. That Evoker walking in, just blasting out Feral Druid. Man, that burst. If only Arcane Mages could do that kind of burst. I mean, they kind of sort of can, but not like, really? There's a bit of a delay on how trying to see if he can jitter himself behind the pillar. Lath looking for the recovery. Does not have a trick anymore for this rogue, so you have to be very careful. Sam comes out before he can establish a proper shroud. Lath trying to see if he can get out of there as soon as possible. Does he have any more defensives? You got his sun down on how for a second. Trying to see if he can burst him down. Big living flame. Glunker shadows by the rogue. Lath looking for a bit of recovery, trying to get himself a seed and trying to stay in order to get himself a bit of a heal. Root onto the rogue. Rogue got himself big damage. Sleepwalking, but a blind by the rogue. Removing all his own dots, but I think it's just going to be able to wait out that full root. Stun into Lath. There's nothing he can do at this point. That is a rough one. Once you trinket against a rogue, when you get you the blind kidney, there's actually nothing you can do. Lock definitely overtuned. You guys think so? Maybe. I could see them bringing down their defenses like a little bit. Or damage maybe. It's causing you. I'm sure I've seen it in Mortis. Potentially you might have, yeah. Maybe. Stone onto Thanatos. On how going up for the big damage. Full dots. Did Thanatos try to blind you? Wait, full dots on the Thanatos. This man's just bleeding out profusely, trying to go for the death bag. AMS, is he just gonna die to dots? No way. But you're telling, oh my god, on how you can't be doing that to these boys. You can't. On how. I don't know if I'm main in rogue going forward in Dragonflight. I'm still unsure. But on how, if I am main in rogue, you're gonna be killed before I can get my hands on that thing. By the time this comes out live, they're gonna make sure that this, what you're doing right here, ain't possible. Painbreaker gonna be up next to the Death Demonology Warlock. Picking up the ice in the bed over and how on how better have a play early. He played Painbreaker last time. Big access around the corner. This is a great catch. I don't even know how you're not on the cell, but the snaps on the bed is so perfect. That bed is so deadly. It's about to punch you in the face. The access next to you, barely touching your toesies, and the man was in a perfect spot. Wow, avoided quite a bit of damage from the Warlock. Because whenever the pet drops down the axe, he gets fisticuffs. And you're thinking like, okay, his punches are probably not going to be as deadly as the axe. They are. Their punches is enough to just like take somebody from, I think, 100 to 0 maybe, or close. They are very effective. Surprisingly effective is all I'll say. Surprisingly effective. As for percentage numbers, maybe I shouldn't use that specifically. Unless we know for sure. Cloak of Shadows by on how. Try to get some damage. This Pain is going to be in trouble. Going to be full Kieran burst setup. On how could potentially make a big play. It's going to be an interrupt on the Pain on Shadow. Does have himself a Dark Pack. Can he survive the Dark Pack though? On how is in big trouble. The pets are attacking him. That Felguard is going full green. And that thing is going to break. Regenerating, but it's going to end up punching you down. Oh no. Can the Shadow to that pet? Doesn't how get himself a reset. Maybe if on how can get himself. Oh my god. That pet is not letting up at all. Oh my god, this man is gonna die. That imp, no! That imp, no! Imp, no! Ah, she death. Oh, that is so tough. And the Painbreaker just sat here, just fine, just letting the bed do work. Jesus Christ. That was hilarious. That was so good. I'm sorry. I like watching rogues do. Oh god. Oh hey. How you doing? Good mount. I like how the mount was like in your face at all times. Alright, boys, let's get another going. Yeah, let me know how the groups are doing, boys. Flying Fist, what's up, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Welcome. You want to join us for duels? Let me know, boys, how the groups are doing. Dalaran Arena. You want to do Dalaran Arena? We can do Dalaran Arena. Unless you talk about like, hey, Dalaran Arena. What's up? Hey, Dalaran Arena. What's up, Nagrand? What's up, Black and Cold? Yeah, we need some more. Are you with Seavark? Was your team with Seavark? Is Seavark Gonski or is that Lathvoker's team? Yeah, I'd like to get in. Yo, we got some boys in here. Okay. Johnny, I need to add you real quick. Quickly. Do I have your attention? Battle.net friend. Johnny Bravo, my man. Yo, Johnny, come here. If you need more dudes, we got a couple in here. Acid Test wants to join in. Where's Acid Test at? Acid Test. Come here and Johnny can invite you to a group. Oh, Johnny got full. Wait, so who else needs a team then? Varg, by the way, how you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Hey, so Johnny got a full team. Does Silver have a full team? By the way, challenge me to duel. Hit me with it. There you go. Silver was a gnome. Yeah. I mean, after that game with the Pharaoh, like I don't blame him for like wanting to back up out of there. Team full. Awesome. Are we gonna get any monks in these duels, by the way? Is this guy trying to like actually duel me? Oh, okay. Cause Kron, I'm out here just getting dummied, man. I'm just getting beaten up. So if you want to like test your burst on me, try to see if you can one shot and impress me, impress the stream, you're more than welcome to. But like I'm not actually like dueling. Can I get a res, by the way? Our teams are full. Awesome. I'll get you guys up and running in a bit. Get a shatter piece. I'd love to. Hold on. If you got spots. Oh no, they're offline. But if the shatter piece is back on, if Sins is back on, maybe we can get a Magix. Is Magix around? Or Russo? Or Magix or Russo around? Do any of you guys have Magix or Russo added at all? Because I'd love to get some of those boys in on here. It's been really fun with shatter piece, man. They do pretty well. Alright, Gabby, hit me with it. Where's Gabby? Gabby, you out here. Hey, how you doing? You want me to put pets out? Okay. Why are there 4 strikes of the Windlord? Okay. Monks. Monks. Yo, do you want to take that? Bring him to the duel? I feel like I'm a little afraid you played your hand there. Because now if somebody knows that that's what you're going to do, they're going to be like, okay, he pops cooldowns, run. Yep. We sign up when a group is up, but usually people are looking for more in Duratar and they will /yell it out. Textbook, but I can fake it out. Oh, okay. I'm actually interested in a fake out. Okay, so it's gonna be Silver and Johnny. What's Johnny's real ID? What is Johnny's real ID? Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Bravo Jetty. Okay. Spectator match. Jetty and Silver Hawk. 5. I guess I'll do random arena, yeah. I'll do randomized because now the randoms work. It's probably gonna give us Staggered Speak. Yep. And then Black or Cold. I definitely want to do a Dalaran Sewers. I like to do a Lordaeron. You know, I've been enjoying doing a lot of them in the grand arenas though. I feel like I like variety, but it's just the most equal arena where everybody feels like, yo, my class can actually do okay in. Like some arenas is like, okay, well this has a bridge, so my class isn't good at that. Or this has like a big pillar, so my class is not mobile, is really, really bad for it. But like, yeah, Windwalker's busted. Is it really? I want to see it. Monk, please? Dude, I think we got one. We got at least one, but we got a couple of dudes outside of Duertar. They're interested in doing duels, so we'll probably get them in here for a couple of games. We're gonna keep doing these for a good while tonight, boys. I'm having a good time. I'm hanging out with the boys. I got myself plenty of sweet coffee. That one didn't save properly because I am a dummy. And music is gone. What a good DJ I am, boys. Am I right? What a good DJ, Dal. When music is gone, you're just like oblivious. Dalaran, oblivious. Can I do a different song? Can you guys not fight each other real quick? Switch. I want to do a different one. I want to do a good song. Oh, wait. That work? That works. Alrighty. So Twitch. Gonna be Johnny Appleseed in the opener. Full poly onto Lathbook with an arcane surge. As the man almost just trips over. Trinket's trying to go for the trip, does get a trip to the Johnny. Wait, actually, maybe the right Trinket play. As long as he can get himself a proper setup with Johnny, he may be okay. Trying to go, Johnny making an ice wall? Wait a second, hold up. That's the first time I see Johnny do something like that. Johnny popping down an ice wall to get himself a bit more protection. I like it. That's something arcade mages get access to. Ring of Fire and Ice Wall as a new PvP talent that I've never had before. Imagine all the control in the mage, man. I like it. I think it has so much potential. All the mages are very, very similar in the control now. Gonna be a poly. Johnny no longer has the big burst, but he's trying to go for Radiant Spark setup versus Lath. Lath can potentially make a play, trying to make sure he can't be interrupted. Big burst into Johnny. Johnny can be in trouble, got himself the ultra time. Lath looking for a bit of a reset behind the pillar. As Johnny trying to push in, got himself still ultra time, so maybe could use that in order to reposition. And Lath looks like he made a full recovery. It's going to be a little bit of a weird duel between the two because Johnny got went into his big cooldowns are up, trying to go for a polymorph versus Lath Boker. As Lath looking around, he's got his little sword on his little foot. I got a book. Oh, why is it so cute looking? Why are these ducks so cute, man? Honestly, dude, whoever did the ducks, especially the baby ducks in this expansion, the art team is just incredible. Now, I know I can comment about the art team about like all these spell animations of the Evoker, for example, or some of the spell effects and some of the raids, or the fact that Johnny's gonna blast it out. Oh my god, Lath got himself a good setup. But that duck, honestly, takes the cake. That's literally already 10 out of 10 expansion in my opinion. Cutest ducks in the world. Ring of Frost, gonna get interrupted. Johnny could potentially have a go. Knocking back Evoker, sending him flying, but Evoker looking to close the gap. Does not have an interrupt this time around. And Johnny does get himself CC. Johnny may have a proper go here versus Lath. He's gonna hit him with a big blast. Doesn't have breath, it looks like. He's gonna go big meteor. Damage back to Johnny. Johnny just having to fight right through it. Evoker cannot really be stopped right now. Trying to go for solid fuel. Big breath by Johnny. Sleepwalk onto Johnny, but Lath, does he take him out? Living Flame to follow. Does he do it? I think trying to go for it. Maybe end up getting a self heal with that Living Flame. Not a damage one. Johnny got himself a bit of a wall, made himself a bit of a defense. It's going to be Lath trying to see if he can bust right through it. Is able to crack through the wall, crack through defenses of the mage, sending a blast at him. Johnny, no health. Does this mage just go down? Got himself plenty of temporal though. Jesus, that's the most hard-working temporal I've ever seen. Johnny got himself a quick invis. Lath with the shroud. Johnny will be able to interrupt him, but can't see him unless he wants to purge all these buffs. You got to spell steal him. Which, can you actually spell steal these, or is it just purge them? Because if a mage can spell steal these, that'd be insane. Johnny getting set up on, looking to remove all these buffs one by one. Got himself all the time. Lathboker trying to push him out in the open. Gonna be an interrupt. Lathboker has an interrupt himself. Sleepwalk versus Johnny. Gonna be a breath instead. Ring of Frost. Johnny, I think, is gonna get repositioned with all the time. Trick it out of Lathboker. It's gonna be big meteor coming down. Lath trying to get himself a big setup. Does he get to close the gap with Johnny? He just ends up giving himself one nice, good little setup. Line of sight, and he could potentially take him down. Will not have access to that Shadowing Star damage increase. But he's looking for a bit of recovery. Root onto Johnny, may potentially have a go. That's going to be a big blast. It looks like Johnny blinked at the last second, avoided a lot of the fire blast. So for Lath, that's going to be a little bit of a setback when it comes to his burst. Got him some big sprox with Disintegrate. Johnny could be in big trouble. Knocked back onto the dragon, but the dragon's still chasing after you. Trying to see if he can catch you around the corner. Invincible by Johnny, trying to go for a full poly and does get to polymorph him. Johnny's still in a bit of a tight spot though. Full Arcane Surge. Does Lath use the defensive between of these? Can he use the defensive at all? Johnny playing it very defensively. Does not want to go over there. Just got himself all the time. Lath looking to get himself Living Flame for defensive recovery. Johnny with big missiles. Massive blast onto Lath. Barrage to follow. Does he turn it around? Lath looking for a big recovery right now. Needs to have a go versus Johnny as well. Is going to use that hover in order to catch up a lot of healing. Johnny back behind the pillar, creating an ice wall, sitting down for a grub, and Lath mounting up as soon as he can. The man is being as proactive as humanly possible, dude. The fight of both of these casters is actually, I love this Arcane versus Evoker dynamic. The intensity, because Lath has bursts, but he's very sustain oriented. Johnny's very like hit and go, hit and run. Big burst out of Lath, potentially big setup versus Johnny. Does he get to do it? That's going to be Disintegrate, but Johnny could be in big trouble. Breath onto Lath. Does not have a trinket. Poly full. That's going to bring a Frost right after. Does Johnny have a go? Johnny does not have a go. He's playing very defensive. He's just backing up out of there. Can Lath just leap over this thing? Lath maybe would just fly over this, I imagine. I don't know if he uses Dragon's Breath. He definitely can. Or like so there's a couple of Dragon's Breath. There's like Fire Breath and Dragon Breath. I guess that's how I'm going to categorize those two. One's a Dragon's Breath, one's a Fire Breath. Lath could potentially pick up the eye and maybe get a random. Oh, got an interrupt on Johnny. Shadow Star. Does he have a go? Big Disintegrate. Johnny could be in big trouble. That's going to be another poly. Lath has a trigger for it. Trying to go for a big go versus Johnny. Big blast. Trying to see if he can claw him down. Going to be all the time for Johnny. Got him some plenty of defense. He's going to go for a poly versus Lath with a Kyrian to follow. Lath looking for a bit of a defensive. I think got himself a wall as well. Looking for that full recovery. And Johnny. The man is at the ready. He got himself a nice setup versus Lath. He may need to go for another CC chain in order to really set it up. Big Shadow Star. Lath, does he have the combo? He's trying to get interrupted. That's going to be big Disintegrates. Even whenever he gets interrupted on fire, he can cast Disintegrates, which is quite a bit of damage. Ice Wall for Johnny. Lath is going to have to swing it around the corner. Does he have the mobility? He's just going to mount up. He's going to have to find a way to get Johnny out in the open. He's going to go for Disintegrates with the Rigor Frost around the corner. It's such a close duel. Johnny does have Ice Block with a Trinket. He has plenty of defense to work with. Lath trying to get him out in the open is going to get those interrupts. He's very, very quick on those interrupts. Meteor coming down. Lath is going to get himself frozen, but may not be the worst. That's a big damage on the Lath, though. Could be in trouble. Try to see if he can just get out of there. It's going to be Johnny looking to close that gap. Touching the magic. His own Lath. That's going to trip it on fire. Does touching magic do enough damage? Johnny may just have it. Lath looking for a full recovery. Does he get to? Big barrage. Oh my god. That is so close. That is insanely close between those two. Evoker almost made it on top. I think it's just Johnny ended up getting a couple of those escapes a few times in a row. I think there was one big fire breath with a living flame that Johnny was able to blink the fire breath at the last second. If that didn't happen, I think that could have been the end. So for Lath, it's so difficult to set up the tip of the scales with the fire breath and everything because Johnny's just so slippery. Unless you go for a sleep on the guy, I feel like you have to run sleep against the mage in order to be able to CC him for just a second, just to put him in spot for a moment. Johnny dropping a big totem, a big meteor onto Fizz. Fizz with the diffuse magic, hoping to maybe turn everything around onto Johnny. Johnny with the ultra time, going for a blink, does ruin Fizz midway and sending a couple of missiles his direction. As he's looking to back up behind the pillow, so everything Miss is going to give Flying Fizz a bit of recovery. Johnny is going to get himself all the time with a Nova, or cold, cold? Because it is kind of like a Nova now, because it does have a root. Well, most mages at least played like a root. Another ice Nova into Flying Fist. Johnny just allowed this one close the gap. He was going to wall him up, but Flying Fist was able to make it over the border right before he closed down. Johnny with a blink as Flying going in for a leg sweep. Can't really lock this mage down at all. He's going to have to be very, very careful. I don't know how they're midair. But the man boarding back and forth, trying to see if he can get around Johnny. Johnny going in for big blaster damage. Arcane Swordman with a breath to follow. Does go for a big setup. Kyrian, that's going to be tricking. Flying Fist getting disrupted. Oh, he doesn't trip Johnny, but it's still going to be a big fireball dropping on his head. And the man is still going to get slowed down. Kieran Spark for Johnny. Flying just trying to see if he can back it out of there with a Soothe the Mist for a full recovery. Literally a Mist for a Monk, man. That is crazy. Mage is going to win it all. I do wonder if this arena maybe benefits the Mage. Because Johnny yesterday came in with a 1v4. Just mop the floor with these boys, with some of them. Actually, that sounds so bad when I say it like that. But he absolutely blasted out of the park, blew past all expectations in this arena specifically. So I wonder if this arena gives him like an advantage. Maybe like the ramp and the pillars are just perfect for an Arcane Mage. Nova onto Flying Fist, try to see if he can blast him out. Flying, looking to close the gap, is going to disrupt him on the Ring of Frost. Johnny has an Ice Bucket coming back up in just 2 seconds, has everything back up. He may need to Ice Bucket, try to see if he may be able to just walk away from Flying. Just Flying dropping in the zoo, and Johnny looking for that full, mean recovery. As Flying going for a full Soothe the Mist behind the pillar. Does this monk have a go? Because Johnny no longer got an immunity. You can't really slow down this mage. You can't stop him. Trying to go for root without a leg sweep. Johnny looking to get out of there. Nice Nova onto that Fist of Fury. Does go for a blink. Flying Fist could go for a leg sweep right now. There's nothing Johnny can really do. Does have a leg sweep. He could potentially just do it. Is going to go for a big old kick to take Johnny down. Letting those bones drop to the ground with Alonia going to be up next. Swinging over to Flying. Got him dotted up fully. That's going to be all the bleeds with the Swarm and the Moonfire. Karma to reverse the damage. Flying looking for a big leg sweep. Maybe that's enough damage. Alonia forced to pop a trinket here. Gonna be Karma onto those thorns. But Flying has to back up out of there. Has to play defensive. Alonia will look to get out of there. But as soon as you see Flying Fist going defensive, that's where they need to close the gap. They need to get back over. Put some pressure on the Monk. And then rot him down. Playing a very dot heavy build. So as long as he's got dots on Flying Fist. And as long as you can pressure him with a couple of maims, he'll be in a great spot. Maim. Couple of blue slashes. Finish it off with a bite. And Pain Breaker gonna be up next. Charging out towards Alonia, sending the pets in before the Feral can catch a proper reset. Gonna be a big Demon Dog is already in there. The pet is gonna go for full beefy damage with the Axe Toss going down. And that's gonna be Alonia actually under quite a bit of pressure. Double Felguard or Wrathguard and a Felguard on you with a Fel Lord right next to you. With Shadow Fury around the corner, does get stunned out. It is going to be burning a wall here. There's going to be the Obelisk down. Alonia does go for a Shadow Melt though, escaping the go by Painbreaker entirely. Pain could pick up the eyes in case you wanted to. Alonia behind the pillar is going to catch them as close as they can. Your health recovery is the most important part right now. So you can maybe get yourself another go versus Pain. Those pets, however, are brutal. So I don't know how you're going to survive them without a bark skin or without a wall. Gonna be the Felguard coming in. A second Felguard spawned in. Primary Felguard with an axe toss. Pain with a big defensive. Demon Dog is in. Alonia, you may be on limited time. You may be on borrowed time with the fear. The defense is still on you. Hannah Goldanza coming down. Alonia going behind the pillar. Bets are chasing right after you. Trying to go for a roar. Some of the pets were getting blasted out. It's gonna be the axes down. Alonia is gonna be big trouble. That pet is just punching you down right now. Those Demon Dogs are gonna go for big bites. Demon, oh my god, the Demon Bolts. You have to find a way to deal with these pets. That, or if you're going to be popping wall and Barskin and everything, you have to maximize the damage at the same time. Nori is going to be up next. Full Wings go himself a full final reckoning versus Firebreaker. Does this man go down to the final reckoning burst of a Paladin? Fear onto Nori. The main pet's still alive. Hanago down out for Pain. Does pop a wall for this one. Nori may be in a bit of trouble. Definitely might be thinking about that bubble right now. Bubble goes down. Knows they need to make a play right now. They can't press bubble and not make a play. Try to close the gap. Charging out towards the Warlock. Warlock looking for an escape. He just needs to survive until the immunity's down. Does get himself a dark pack, which might as well be an immunity of its own. Nori got himself Seraphim. Needs to close the gap. It has to go behind the pillar. Maybe the mistake that makes him pay for it. Stunned by the Axos. The pet goes in full frenzy. It's going to drop down Consecration. Try to go for as much self-healing as possible. Able to maybe recover a little bit, but at 44% dampening with an Obelisk. That pet is absolutely blasting you out right now. If only Demon Doggers were around the corner, I think maybe that could have been it. So Nori has been able to recover by quite a bit. Maybe playing the Consecration self-heal build, which is giving him a little bit more support. And Pain may eventually have his pet die over there with Nori. Just got to beating up on a General Holy Power from that thing. Could be one of those situations. As Nori is slowly working that thing down. Not even the pet at the ready, especially if you don't have like Feldum, could be pretty deadly. Basic protection, more to call. The Demon Dog is charged in. Fear onto Nori. They try to go for a couple of shadow bolts to take the Paladin. Bob actually ends up being quite valuable for Paladin because there's so much physical damage by a Warlock. Axe toss by second Felguard, and it's over. There's no way. Going for that Kyrian. Wait, Nori got himself Shield of Vengeance. Wait, maybe not out of the game just yet. Trying to fight through it. Oh, the Demon Dog will bite at the end. Oh my god. That is so rough. It's so weird to think about it, but Demonology Warlock does so much physical damage. Or, I mean, rather your pets do, but still, like, it's part of your output. Which is weird. But that is true. Lord immediately for Unhow is gonna go for Garrod Ambush. Trying to go for a quick shiv. Gonna be Painbreaker getting in those Demon Doggos. Cloak of Shadows can't really stop the Doggos. Mortal does not get to connect though. Pain looking for a port, but I think dots maybe are still on him. Got himself a Battle Mass Trick, and does he have himself a self-heal too? And then How is still in stealth. He's going to be able to get himself cheap shot opener. You need to find some kind of way to CC him right now, right there. No, that is rough. That is rough with Claws charging out versus on How immediately Trinket's blind. Shadow Step, Kidney. Maybe it was expected for Claws to Trinket out of this one. Does this man just die? I think she does. Regenerating? He got dots on him. That would be the stealth for a second, but I think he still got dots. Oh, yeah, Claws ain't going to give you an opportunity. Not even gonna give you a chance. CIP, Sip is gonna be up next. Okay, Sip DK. I like going Sip. I know it's a CIP, but in Slavic Cyrillic, that C is like the English S. So for me, I kind of like, you know, Sip DK. I'm okay with calling him Sip. Can I call you Sip? I'll call you Sip. IBF immediately. As Claus got himself Berserk. It's gonna be full Army of the Dead though. Literally the graveyard shift is coming to town. Claus looking for recovery. I don't know if he does it though. Barely any health. It's gonna be Sim just gripping him in and does end up recovering with Iron Ray, a Mad Ray Gun. Or I'm a Dray Gun. Gonna be up next. Last one over for the team 2. Giving Sip an opportunity to at least recover sorta kinda. Maybe get some cooldowns. This high dampening, you can't really get much healing off of it. But Reagan has at least given him an opportunity. I consider that an honor duel. He's just giving him like a chance. He didn't rush him. He gave him an opportunity like, hey, you're going to be dueling me. Oh, dampen is kind of high. Well, I guess let's just end this. Big blaster into Raygun. Knock back onto the Death Knight. Sleepwalk, but he's going to get yoinked over. Got him some big damage. Big breath. AMS up for a Sip. If Raygun can just wait out that AMS, he'll be in a great spot. I think it's exactly what he's doing. The Axe is going to be a stun. Going for a big Dragon's Breath. Into a blast versus Sip. Got himself a Shatterer again. I think Sip is just trying to see if he can fight against his best senses. Trying to do whatever he can versus Raygun. Raygun, wait, maybe in a bit of trouble. Maybe this man underestimated the Death Knight. The pets are closing the gap around the corner. The ghouls are all falling apart little by little. Skulker got his a little bow out. Sip doesn't have a lot of ways to recover. It's going to be summoning up a Magus of the Dead with the A-Bomb. Maybe that'll be enough. Gonna be a full route onto all these pets. Reagan just needs to close that gap before AMS is up. Sip, does he have a stun or anything? Gonna be AMS for that shatter. Reagan could be in big trouble actually. Wait, does the death recover? Yoinking it back over. Interrupt them on red. Reagan got himself immunity for a second. Does he have anything to follow right now? He needs something in this moment. Stun! Wait! No way! Oh my god, the death knight does do it! No way, boys! Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough situation to be in. That is a tough one. No way. I am surprised he did it. I think maybe as Evoker, he has to like wait until AMS is gone. He has to wait, and then it was like too much waiting. So what I think he maybe should have done is when he got interrupted on red, he should have, while he got hover, turned around and started blasting him with the disintegrate. If you get interrupted on red, you can still cast blue. If you get interrupted on blue, you can still cast green, and then you also have bronze, and you have the black Dragonflight spells too. All different spell schools, I believe. So you still may have access to all those schools. I think you should turn around and start blasting him. But in that moment when you're under pressure, you just try to escape. I don't blame anybody for making any moves. Let's go again, boys, yeah? Let's get another going. That was so close though, man. What is this switchy shit going on? So Chicago, oh, it's a bug over in the beta. Whenever somebody's strafing, it starts to like really do like this twitchy movement. It's up on this beta build. It wasn't like that last week. Or nearly wasn't nearly as bad. Do Dalaran Arena? Okay, I'm down. I'll do it, Dalaran Arena. Let me know if you guys are ready. Silver's ready. Is Johnny Bravo, my man, the myth, the legend, ready? Let me know, my guy. Hit me up with a whisper on reality if you can. Just so I can have you like out here. Ready? Okay, cool. Dalaran Sewers. Okay. We'll do one game with Dalaran Sewers. If you guys are looking for more, perfect. Hell yeah. It makes it easier for me to have you guys out here, just so I'm really bad with names, so remembering you guys' names. And trying to like get the duels up and running and remembering names and having to retype it sometimes. It helps just having you guys out here. Look at Fry, but Dracula looking for AF. Dude, they're really good. Might reroll. I was thinking about rerolling. I was definitely thinking about rerolling. And Seth, hit me with it, my guy. The teams are ready, but I think maybe I gotta go again. War game requests. Yeah, Evoker's got quite a bit of burst. They definitely got quite a bit of burst. Can I get a rest though? Thank you so much, Azza. Oh, thank you so much on how. I appreciate it. Thank you. TY. Nori? Hit me with a Nori. Hey, you want to put my pets out here? Hold on, I got my pets out here. The passive. You want to use them to... Yeah, Palace can still do quite a bit of damage. I don't know if they could do like a really big one-shot, just kind of out of left field, but they could definitely do quite a bit of damage. Can't res now? I'm sorry. I appreciate you for resing me earlier though. Look at these boys. I appreciate it. Although I do hate how I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Like I still want to res me. It's like I want to get you back up at some point. Okay, Dalaran Sewers. We're gonna try it again, boys. Silver and Jetty. There we go. Dalaran Sewers, boys. I'm super pumped for Solo Shuffle. Will reduce the boost fighting. True, Rob, true. I'm sure like there'll be some people that will try to game the system of Solo Shuffle, right? They'll be like doing like win trading. Like if it'll be maybe like queued together to try to win trade. But I think it'll be much harder. I am very excited, man, for the Solo Shuffle. A lot of people haven't played it, and it's been a pretty fun game mode. It's definitely a different dynamic for World of Warcraft, but I like that they're doing something different with Arena. I think it's been a while since they've done something new for Arena. You know what I mean? Last time they done anything new for Arena, they I think removed 5V5 1v1 Duels, that's really it, or 5V5 Duels, 5V5 Arenas. So this time at least they're adding something new, and I'm very excited for it. Very happy for it. Oh, there's a lot more ambience in Dalaran Sewers, by the way. I don't remember any of this. I'm hearing so much more ambience, so much more rumble. Switch. We got ourselves triple Evoker team over for the team 2 with Ansat. We got Dragon. We got Last Evoker with Painbreaker on the Warlock with claws in the back as a Feral Druid. We're team 1. We got ourselves Alonia on the Kitty Cat with Sip gonna be first up, charging out. Looks like he's gonna go up for some Painbreaker. Everybody's trying to give him some room. They're trying to give him some room to play. Pain dropping in all his pets. Got himself a gateway. Sip, I don't know if he got himself a big grip. Does have a second grip as he got himself the normal grippy hand. with a Fell Lord joining in, looking to knock down this entire undead army. The demons versus the undead. Who ends up winning this one? Pain Breaker get interrupted on Demon Cats. Sip looking to retreat behind the pillar, trying to catch himself a bit of a breather. And the man got himself Legendborn, got himself 50% damage reduction with the Legendborn if he taunts right. Big AoE burst as he drops on health, trying to see if he can leech health off of everything around him. Stun, Axe Toss onto Sip, barely got any health. That's going to be the Dark Pact, not giving him much of an opportunity to self-heal. The man is on a limited borrowed time as he's surrounded by the army of the Burning Crusade. Or rather, army of the Painbreaker. AMS at the last second, but the best deal did quite a bit of physical damage. Demon Dog is charging out. Fear onto Sip. Get interrupted. That's going to give him some Demon Cats with a hand of Goldans. Pain trying to see if he can reposition a little bit further away out in the open. That's going to be Mages of the Dead, turning around the full army onto Pain, but it's going to be Axe Toss fall onto the Death Knight. Does he get to survive in full entirety? He's going to interrupt the last second. Then it's going to be the main Felger blasted out Sip, trying to see if he can punch him down. Demon Dog is a red. Sip got the hardest working Death Strikes on him right now. That Death Strike is putting in so much effort, yoinking the Warlock back over. Demon Dog is charging behind the pillar. Does get surrounded as the last ditch attempt of the army comes out with a full stun by on how looking to take down Painbreaker before he can get himself a proper go. Does he go for the full set of dots? Trinkets, Deathmark, all the dots around him. Does Pain get to survive? He's just bleeding out. The man is just melting. Shadow Fury in front. Doesn't quite catch on how. Man is dead. And how literally came in, assassinated, and put all the dots on the boy and just vanished out of sight. What a menace to society he is. Azan is going to be our Seth. Azan is going to be up next. Cloak of Shadows for on how as Azan looking to reposition, got himself plenty of self-healing, looking for a bit of recovery. With a wall to follow, got himself a lot of defense, maybe potentially big damage. Looking to blast out on how I think may have been a line of sight. I think on how shift him. And that shift slowed him down by quite a bit. But that Shroud should protect Anseth for a bit. No kidney shots for a while. He can get interrupted, but at least no kidney shots, no blinds for a little bit. Maybe even saps. And actually Garrotes, I guess. I thought Garrotes maybe wouldn't be part of it, but I guess sounds a little different. Or maybe that type of sounds a little different. Who knows? Trying to go for maybe a heal. Gonna be a kick out of Anhao. I'm not able to kick anymore. Anseth could go for the CC. Instead, gonna go for a Living Flame. So apparently, potentially maybe disintegrate down on Anhao. Living Flame defensively. Definitely going for disintegrates. Fire Breath. Does he get himself a proper setup? Going to be a 1 charge, 1 empowerment Fire Breath to go for more instant cast. As Anseth looking for a bit of recovery. Kidney shot to follow. I don't think he got nothing left. That's going to be taken down with that Kyrian and Venom setup by the Rogue. That is so rough. Last Fucker going to be up next. Also got himself a Shroud. He knows exactly what he's to do versus on how. He needs to catch him. Get him out in the open. He's going to be able to claw him. He literally went right on top of him, clawing him out there in the open. With a full disintegrate, not going to be able to get stunned up, using that as immunity in order to keep himself ahead of the Rogue. The Rogue trying to get some dots in, is going to go for the interrupt. Last Worker backing up out of there for a second, is going to go for the green heal. Got him some disintegrates to slow down on How. And claws as well in order to keep the pressure onto the Rogue. Eventually on How is going to have the Shroud falling off and is going to be able to get a proper stun on the Last. Last taking quite a bit of damage. Full dots on him. Actually kind of taken down profusely. And Howcat trying to catch himself a bit of a reset. Clock Shot is not for a while. Kidney Shot on the left. Does have a trigger for it. That's going to be a big burst. And this is where on How he's just going to bail out of there immediately. Lad does not have any way to get the Rogue out. He needs to go picking up the odds of something regenerating up for on How. Lad's trying to see if he can close that gap. Root on How, capable of actually getting it, but I know got quite a bit of extra range on that Root. Lad finally going in for some big damage. Does see himself one shot. Cloak Shot is for on How. Maybe he doesn't have an interrupt. He's still holding on to one for now. This is where Lad needs to get interrupted on some kind of spell. Maybe a big blaster versus on How. Does he have a big go? That's going to be a big Shadow Star. Does he do it? Big setup. Oh my god, the Dots just take down Last Evoker. On How takes quite a bit of damage though. On How has a trinket. Does he have anything for a claws? Cheat death? Does he survive it? It's a full kidney shot on claws. Could maybe go for a blind later? No, he doesn't have anything at all. He has to go big damage. Did he go for a full death mark? No, I don't think he did. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough matchup. That is so rough. My goodness. 5V5 1V1 The Wave coming soon. Hope you're good. So good to do this again. Prestige, are you going to be joining these? You're more than welcome to, my man. If you're in the beta, if you got like a team pre-made, more than welcome to. How you doing? Breath. Onto Claws, but doesn't get himself a proper Ring of Frost. There goes the ring. Johnny is getting bashed up, has a blink for us. Claws could walk into that Ring of Frost if he wants to get that CC over with early. Doesn't want to get interrupted though. He decided, you know what, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm going to need to cast into this man's face. Does interrupt him on Arcane for a second. Nova to follow. Johnny may be in a good spot, may have the opening to get some cast off versus Claws. Wall is up by the Feral Druid. As Johnny backing up out of the hitting him with barrages back-to-back continuous punishment towards the Feral Druid. As Johnny looking to reposition behind the pillar. Claws, look at that full regrowth. The images are just harassing him back there from down below. Just sitting with Frostbolts, not really doing a lot of damage, but keeping him in combat. Johnny hoping to slow down Claws. Claws could potentially play this very, very carefully though. He could play it slow, he could play it steady, just play a play style way he doesn't have to worry about dealing with Johnny's burst. Play very, very conservatively and save those interrupts and leaps for the big CC. For the big chains. Immediate trinket could potentially interrupt Radiant Spark. Doesn't go for it. Johnny looking to barrage over towards Claws. Gonna close that gap. Right next to him with missiles to follow. Looking to knock the Feral out in the open. Claws just gotta hug at that pillar. Not really going anywhere. Ice Wall getting set up, but Johnny getting trapped on Frost. Not the worst, honestly. Convoke to follow. Has an Iceberg for it. I guess. Claws maybe should have won for Convoke immediately as soon as you... Actually, I guess you can't really do it, can you? Probably shouldn't. Especially if the guy can just interrupt you. Yeah, it's a little bit tough one. You gotta get the Skull Bash on the Frost in order to prevent Ice Block, but also there's the interrupt you gotta worry about. That's a bit of a tight spot. I was gonna say, like, if he could have like Skull Bash and then Convoked, maybe that would have been the kill. But there's just no way to do it. Johnny landing an interrupt onto the Arcane versus Johnny Bravo. He got himself a bit of a root onto Claws. Temporal to follow. It hopes that maybe that helps him recover this damage all the time on top of it as well, just to make sure he's extra safe. Quick breath onto Claws. Ring of Frost, no way for Claws to get out of this one. Meteor coming down, big Arcane Surge to follow. Does have an interrupt for it. The Skull Bash is going to be able to close the gap with the charge right after. Claws has a touch of the Magio on him. Johnny wants to go for the big Radiant Spark. Does himself the big go. He needs to get himself a proper setup. Looking for Arcane Blast, but it's going to be a maim. Has a chicken for it. Johnny's in trouble though. One more body and it's going to be over. Claws does go for a bit of recovery there. That's a rough one. Alonia looking to end Claws' career right here. Got the full dots in the opener. Bear form is up. Thorns got himself maybe a little bit of healing. Maybe with a Nature's Vigil. Kind of just jittering all over the screen. As Alonia tried to stay on him as best as they can. Bide back to back versus Claws. Man, hopefully you guys, this jittering on Bearjo in particular, I think is just the most jarring one, I imagine. Because it's just like such a big bottle and just spinning all over the place like a Beyblade. It is really, really awkward. Hopefully they'll get it fixed by next week. I was hoping maybe they'll have it fixed by this week. Raygun gets himself a full Shadow Star onto Alonia, going for the Disintegrates. If he can get those Disintegrates around the corner, he could effectively get some big bursts onto Alonia and just channeling it on there. Feral dives back into stealth. Raygun looking to knock him out in the open. Just kind of setting out his tail and wings in all directions. Looking to see if the winds could maybe get the cat out in the open. This is going to go for a big Dragon's Breath in order to reconnect. But maybe in a bit of trouble. The Feral, I think, may just have him. It's going to be a quick immunity as he freezes himself in time. Alonia looking for a bit of a reset. Raygun still looking for that recovery. 22% dampening should give him a lot of opportunity to heal. Has a trinket and everything. He needs to have himself a proper even go with Alonia. Trying to go for some burst. Looking to reposition. Got Alonia away from any kind of pillar. Does get interrupted on fire. Could go for some healing with green. He's going to go for Sleepwalk. Alonia has a trinket in case. He needs a big bite out of the Feral Druid. Taking out the rest of that team. My goodness. That's a rough one. On how with them three though? Oh my goodness. I didn't realize he got three there. Let's go, boys. Hell yeah. Alrighty, man. Let's get ourselves another one going, yeah? Let's get an Unomas in here. Unomas. Let me know if you guys are ready. What arena do I want to do? Let's do Black or Cold. I like that one. And we'll probably go back to the Grand and stuff. Johnny Appleseed is ready. That's good. Is that going to be your go? I mean, that's quite a bit of damage. I am, I'd say, more impressed with your... like I just because me. I am very, very impressed with your ability to bleed me up completely and just like let me rot down with dots. Russo, how you doing, my guy? Welcome. Only curing ability. Oh, really? Okay. No Kingsman and Deathmark. So that's what that was? That's actually so good. You got any spare slots? Silver, if you're looking for more... Gobby's looking for a group. He wants to join in and wants to have some fun. If you need one more, Jetty, Gobby looking for more. Jetty, invite Gobby the monk. Or, Johnny. Oops, I left. Let me let him know. Johnny is looking for a +1. I'm letting this guy know. I'm letting these boys know, because quite a lot of you guys out here that actually are interested in joining. Silverhawk, Laugh, let me know if you're ready, my guy. I kept calling you Silver. Dowie full? Okay. Wait, are you with Lath? Last stream or... Lath, I think... Lath's out there dueling somebody, I think, right? Possibly? Or is Lath switching out? Because sometimes Lath plays Evoker, and sometimes he just switches out to somebody else. Which, honestly, if you guys want to switch out characters, try a bunch of different classes, try a couple of different ults, you're more than welcome to, honestly. I want to try it out now. Alas, I don't have the beta. I'm sorry about that, Chicago. I'm sorry about that, my guy. Man, if I had beta keys to give away, man, I'd give it out to my homies. I definitely would cover my regular. I definitely want to give out some community, but definitely I like to give it to the boys that, like, you know, like Jake, for example, or Chicago, that haven't been able to get in at all. You guys are such regular boys. Been around for a while. I definitely would wanna, but I'll ask him as the email. Apparently there was an email that was like setting something up like this, and I just kind of missed it. I gotta check your emails, boys. Even if you don't think it's anything important, just double check. You never really know. The mobility is fun. They have no sustained damage either. Oh, Evokers? Or you mean arcade mages? That's the disadvantage against every class is basically a walking punching bag, really. Is there any other good fight for the Evoker? This class feels completely garbage in all terms and content. I think in PvE, Evokers was actually pretty good. Like previous build, they were not survivable, but they had good damage. Like I felt competitive against some of the other people I was doing mythic classes with. Evoker can definitely do DPS. If you're asking PvP, like how does it work in PvP? Oh, Lathro, stop into the rogue. Let's go. I like it. Let me know when you're ready, my guy. Ready? Okay, cool. Hit me with it. I think Evoker can do well, but the reason they got buffed in terms of survivability, they may need a second buff. I'm not quite sure. Oh, Subtlety got some burst. Oh, my. I need another B-res, by the way, if you guys can give me one. Hey, can I get a quick B-res? No? Okay. Oh, you got me? Hell yeah, my guy. Oh, it exploded. So that's what that does now. I didn't realize it could backfire you like that. That's kind of cool. I've never seen it before. Thank you, Russo. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you. His defense doesn't even seem that bad if you play it well. Yeah, it can do well, but it is a harder class to pick up. There's a lot going on. You got all these different spell schools to deal with all at once. And I feel like that makes it a bit more of a complicated class to get into. You know, I think that's the best way to put it. Is you got a lot of spells, you got a lot of schools, and you play very differently compared to another class. So you have to have a different approach about it. I think Evokers that utilize their hover and maximize their hover, where they can cast all the spells while moving, those are the Evokers that are going to end up dominating the best. Evokers that utilize the immunity and rotate their walls, maybe it's like a different PvP talent you need. That could be very powerful too. Making sure to get you a proper setup with a burst combo. Like being able to line up a proper burst combo is very important. But also means you got CC. You don't really have a lot of CC. You don't have a lot of stuns. So you have to really consider like how you're going to go about doing it. So Sleepwalk is good, which is an interesting crowd control ability. I think Sleepwalk is very important. You can get interrupted on like red and then go into Sleepwalk immediately. And then you got full control of the enemy team while they kind of just waddle in towards him. There's nothing they can do about it. There's almost like no cooldown on that ability too. You can use it pretty often. You have ability to remove all your dots. You have a lot of mobility too in general. I do wonder if there's like going to be that one build that's perfect. It is a harder class to get into. Like we said yesterday, I would love to watch like a Evoker main who's had hundreds and hundreds of hours on this thing play and see how they do and if they can figure it out. Switch. Because I got an inkling that maybe they can. Gonna be Alonia opening up versus Painbreaker. Definitely just to make sure they got a proper opener on him. Alonia locked down with a Fel Lord. Axos, Demon Dog is charging in with a Mortal. Can't even catch himself. And the line of sight behind the pillar. Getting constantly locked down by the Fel Lord. Big value of the big demon boy right there. Slowed down by Painbreaker. Power shifting out of it. Gonna be the Obelisk around the corner. Alonia is gonna actually looks like maybe we'll take a swing out toward the Obelisk. Axe toss. The axe comes down to the ground. Alonia getting beaten up by the Felguard to follow. With a second Felguard right after. Alonia could be in big trouble. Wait, do they just go down? This is without a tyrant. That's going to be a fear trick inside of it just to get out of that situation. Wall to follow. Just surrounded by all these pets. Regrowth around the pillar. But still cannot recover. We're not even in high dampening either. It's going to try to see if it can reposition away from all these pets poured by the Warlock. Put pressure on Alonia. It does go for a Shadow Meld. Oh my god, that's the only way Alonia was able to escape just now. Is with that Shadow Meld. That is actually incredible. Pain out in the open. Wait, Luca. Oh, no. Can somebody tell Luca to back up? Luca, I'm okay with you sending a stealth out of you, but I don't know if you're going to get AoE clipped out by any of the other abilities. You know what I mean? Wait. Oh, you're with Pain. For some reason, I thought we were with Alonia. I was thinking maybe like Alonia's going to get AoE. That guy's going to get caught out. Okay. Mortical Ascent on Alonia. Fear onto the Feral Druid. Doesn't have a trinket anymore. Does Pain get himself a proper setup? Because so far, Demonology has been absolutely terrifying. Alonia caught away away from Pillar. Gonna be a full Demon Dog charging out with the Obelisk. Sending out. And that's gonna be a Felguard right next to him. Where the Demon Dog is at? Did they just disappear? Axe comes down. The fists come out. That pen is just gonna punch you down to the ground. Oh my god. That pen is just going straight up MMA on you. Gonna be a full frenzy region. Alonia playing it very defensively. Needs to recover as much as possible. Those demon doggers are biting you. Those demon doggers are biting your ankles. Anytime they get a big proc, it could be very deadly. They nerfed it too. And it's still super effective, as we can see. Cyclone does not have a neutral. Is gonna be able to at least stop the Warlock Trinket. Pain, take a little bit of bleed damage. Try to keep the pets on Alonia. Alonia looking for that full recovery behind the pillar. But that's still demon doggers on you. Big bite to follow. Fel Lord on one side. And potentially maybe the Axos could come down. I feel like if the red has the proper Axos, more to call for Pain. Lord, Fel Lord swinging. Does miss though. Swing and a miss. Big bite. Alonia got to like -1 health and then recovered fully. Or not fully, but like to some degree. Quick drain by Pain. Big bite. Oh my god, this is so brutal. Alonia finally has a trinket at the very least. Does have a destroying for one of the pets. That's gonna be some imps around the corner. Leaping over for Pain. This way, didn't you make a big play? Gonna be the axe coming down. The pet's coming out. There's gonna be full stun to Alonia. Does have a trinket. Maybe the second one. Oh no, that is so rough. Feral Druids, man, they used to dominate in the 5v5 1v1 duels, but now Painbreaker is able to literally break these boys apart. Gonna be a stun. With the ghoul transformed into a horrifying monstrosity onto Pain, does go for a port, but that's going to be a big yoink, bringing him back in, really in the back end. More to call into the Death Knight. Painbreaker needs to get himself some kind of counter pressure. That'll get a defensive. Sip just trying to keep the pressure rolling, trying to keep the onslaught going, and that's going to be Pain recovering fully with a Soulburn Warlock Hellstone. They're so strong. Soulburn is so good for that, man. It gives him Soulburn mobility so he can break out of roots. Soulburn Gateway to set up an instant gateway. Soulburn Drain where they get a shield on top of the heal with a drain. And of course, Soulburn Hellstone with all the other Hellstone buffs. That just gives him like incredible amount of healing. Basically lay on hands every once in a while usually. Because there's a pretty low... there's a cooldown to the Warlock Hellstone. And it doesn't get off cooldown or start the cooldown until you get out of combat. I don't think I'll be able to really get too many of those in like a proper 3v3 or 2v2, right? Or am I overthinking it? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Pain, surrounded by the army of the undead. Could it be Axtos as the demon doggers come out? Drain with a hand to go down, coming back up, back to back. Try to see if he can potentially get himself a setup. Could it be Sip out in the open? Full army of the Burning Crusade. Blast him out. The Imp Fire Squad is here. Fel Lord around the corner as he does drop in for a death back. He's gonna give himself a defenses. That's gonna be protection from the Tyrant, but that Demon Doggers and the Wrathguard is still doing so much work. Gonna be the axe coming down. Sip is gonna take a lot of physical damage back to back. Fel Lord swinging on him, but Painbreaker is super low on health. Could go down here. Axe toss to Sip. Maybe Fel Lord goes for one more swing. Trying to go for a big drain. He's gonna be able to avoid the Fel Lord. Got himself a bit of a shield. Continue to heal himself as much as possible. I think Pain may go down. Fel Lord does knock him for a second. More Demon Doggers charging out. Pain at no health whatsoever. Stun for stun. Pain with a Mortal Coil. Wait, does this man turn it around? There's no way he turns it around. Sip gripping him in. Last ditch effort to get himself a heal, but the pets may take him down. Oh my god! pain absolutely monstrous right now. How do you sit there calm, cool, and collected in that kind of a situation? On how ASUS charging out as a subtlety rogue this time, got himself the Kirin setup, taking down the Warlock before he can wreak any more carnage. With armor ray gun, looking to get himself a big burst setup versus on how blind really early by the rogue, trying to see if he can force out a trick out of a ray gun. Not gonna happen. My goodness, holy cow. Good fight. Dude, these are the fights that I enjoy. Wait, oh, Reagan got a Rudo on how as he got stabbed? I don't know if you needed to shrink at that. Ray, oh man, Ray may be in a tight spot after this one. Now that he trinketed, that may be the catalyst that was like, well, there could have been like a potential victory. But maybe it turns it around on how he decides to go for the most amount of bursts all of a sudden. Just the biggest blaster, maybe disintegrate, go like a shadows by the rogue. Maybe hope is not lost yet. Maybe Reagan can go for a reset and get himself a bit of recovery. Maybe hope isn't lost entirely. Second eyeball available in case he wants to pick it up. Going in for big drop. Oh. It's almost like you knew that how it was there. Wait, Shatter Star, big damage. Ray getting hit with a cheap shot. Does he have any bursts to follow him? If you got any kind of burst of the Shattering Star, that could be great. Go for as much self-killing as possible. Mobility with the Disintegrate. Slowing down on how. Try to see if he can blast him out. Smoke Bomb. Got himself a Living Flame. Looking to close the gap on how. Try to see if he can back up out of the evasion at the ready. I don't really know if evasion is going to do anything for you unless you got the right PvP talent where evasion can help reduce some of the AoE damage you take. Which can be kind of good. Knocking the rogue up in the air. Knocking it back. Disarm is going to be a vanish. Reagan is actually so quick with that knock up, knock back. I like that. Well thought. Like, maybe the rogue is nearby. Let me see if I can knock him out of the stealth. Well done, knock it back just so he doesn't deal with you. Reagan may be in a bit of trouble, though. He may need to wall this or immunity or something. Next, go by the rogue. If the rogue got himself the biggest, fattiest eviscerate setup. Cheap shots back to back. Big eviscerate to follow. Does he have another one? Reagan just trying to see if he can heal through it. Battle Master is getting used. Trying to go for as much self-healing. Gonna be a sleepwalk. Does get interrupted. Potentially can have himself a proper go for somehow. Does he have himself a big go? Trying to go for a self-healing instead. Looking for those living flames back to back. At some point, he's gonna have to turn around and get some damage or somehow. Try to get a root around the corner. Sap! I am surprised you were able to escape combat that quickly. Another Kirin setup versus Raygun. Could potentially take a lot of visceral damage. Shadow Blades at the ready. Or Shadow Dance at the ready. Raygun needs himself healing. Does go for immunity off of that one last eviscerate. But is he gonna go down? Trying to go for a big breath on how Trinket's out of it. Shadow stepping. Sleepwalk. Interrupts it. Raygun looking for a heal. Does get himself last heal in the last second. Does he get himself mobility? Needs to heal while moving. Blind by the rogue. Trinket available for Raygun. Looking for recovery. Does he get interrupted though? He needs to go for some kind of CC onto on how at some point. Definitely needs to get some kind of CC kitted shot. No way out. Unless on how got nothing for this. Cloak of Shadows for on how. Could use it in case he wants to. Does go for the eviscerate. My goodness, that was a rough one. That was rough. But on how does end up taking him out. Claw gonna be up next. Picking up the eye. Not wasting any time. He wants to find this rogue, take him out of the game immediately. So he can start just clawing away and working on Russo and Johnny Bravo. On how Shadow stepping over. Takes him right to next to the Feral with a big Convoke to follow. Bites, but he does get evasion at the last second. Why? Oh my god, he got Convoked. He got that batter on you and Convoke. Convoke literally sent the bites at the very end as a rogue popped evasion. Thank you, Convoke. Very cool. I'm pretty sure Claus is running that upgraded version of Convoke too, with the talents, where it's a minute CD. It's lasts less long, but should be quote unquote more bites. But it literally sent all the bites at the end into an evasion. It's disappointing, man. Thanks, Convoke. Very cool. Honestly, I feel like at this point, like we don't have to play Convoke. Literally pick every other talent that can increase your damage output. Just have more control. I imagine Convoke is still gonna be better though. I hope not, but I imagine it's still gonna be. Claws looking to reposition, hanging out next to Luca. And just trying to see if he can pick up eyes, maybe get himself a proper opener versus on how. Does go for the Moonfire. On how looking to back up out of there. Does on how have a proper go as a subtlety. He got dance, so maybe he could give himself a dance go. Does he play the... I highly doubt he plays that Dance Macabre playstyle, right? I don't think he would in PvP. Opener, but the rogue has himself evasion as soon as he gets out of stealth. So literally 100% dodge chance. That's got to be a cloakish wall for Claws. Trying to see if it may be able to fight through the burst of on how get hit with a stun. Could go for a Convoke. It's going to be a Convoke. Interrupted by how blind the Claws. Does he choose to trinket it? He doesn't. So for how at least it's a reset. Doesn't go for a sap though. May want to go for a sap because on how is bleeding out. Eventually, somebody's going to get him out of stealth. Claws can push in. Regenerating. Still dotted. Does he get come out of stealth? No, I guess he waited out until the dot was over. Sitting down for some food. Claws potentially could go for just a quick swipe. Hanging out right on top of on how. Both of them basically see each other. He's right next to the guy. Bear form. I am surprised he didn't hit him. Maybe he thought that the guy repositioned. Literally standing right on top of him. That's stealth sometimes. Thorns for claws. As Unhow goes in for a dance go, but decides to back up out of it. He doesn't want to really die to that thorns. He better go for another reset. Claws used to push in. As soon as he got some kind of bleeds on Unhow, this is where he go for the opener. Try to go for a proper setup. Bear form immediately. Friends of Region Barskin. Wait, this actually is really good for Unhow, because this is old defensive used by Claws really early on. He still has a trinket, but you may be able to lock him down either way. Bash early on how taking a full convoke. Does he survive it? He does narrowly with an evasion again. Got convoked, RNG'd. As Claws trying to finish him, but that evasion giving him plenty of survivability. Massive eviscerate onto Claws. What was that? Claws looking for a full recovery. Friends of Region maybe might have to press renewal. Definitely want to press renewal. Why did you press renewal? There goes the renewal as he goes in for a swoop in right after it. On how taking him out. Luca charging out as an Owl Rogue. Blind onto on how. Didn't really start at the start of the arena, but what can you do? Kid is shot onto on how, going in for some damage. Owl Rogue cheat death, trying to go for pistols. Now that you can stop him, Kidney does go for a trinket, just goes in for a big pistol shot at the end. Luca trying to see if he can fight through Johnny, Bravo, and Russo. We'll see if he can do it. Owl Rogue, man. No more trinkets, so that could be a little bit tough for him. Got himself a drone rush, blind, cloak of shadows, vanish. I don't know if he's running like a Shadow Dance build or not, though. That's hard to tell. I'm gonna guess green skins, where he goes for between the eyes, which makes the next pistol shot also deadly. And Kyrian. And Kyrian. But he's definitely kind of just chilling. Is he just waiting for full cooldowns? Or maybe he just camping out Johnny, waiting for him to pick up the eye. Got himself a full sap. Charge opener with an ambush, but does get hit with a Nova. This is why you sometimes want to go for a full stun on a mage. Gonna be a poly, but does go for a vanish. Actually, I guess with Johnny Barber, you can't really stun him anymore, can you? With a lot of mages going for more blink rather than a shimmer playstyle. That's going to be very difficult to lock him down. Sap, as Johnny's hanging up by the eye, doesn't quite pick it up. Luca is trying to see if he can destroy Anthem. It's going to get Barrage out the open. This gives Johnny an opportunity to find the rogue. Literally running after him. He's not afraid of no rogue. He's not afraid of no stealthy scoundrel. Trying to go for a poly, doesn't quite get it. Luca diving into a vanish. Nova out in the open. Johnny looking to maybe go for a big setup. That's going to be touching the magic with a poly onto Luca. Ring of Frost. Does he have a big blaster? Going to be a big blast, Pyro Blast. Touching the magic is on him. Looking to knock him back. Doesn't quite freeze him. Trying to walk him into the Ring of Frost if possible. Meteor slamming down on him with missiles to follow. Luca is able to stun him for a second. Johnny blinking out of it immediately. Luca taking big fire, big arcade blast back to back. Big barrage does execute him, does kill him. But he cheat death is the only thing that's kept him alive. Mad damage out of this arcade mage. With Lathro going to be up next as a subtlety. Try to stay on top of Johnny as best as he can. Johnny did blink, so for Lath, this could be an opportunity. Cloak of Shadows, Kid is shot. It is very, very DR'd. Try to see if he can put some pressure on Johnny. Johnny with a quick invis. Massive invis too. Greater invis. Try to go for a Nova until Lath doesn't quite reach him. Got slows though, with maybe a second of his. Look at your reposition. Big barrages. It's going to be a Nova. Smoke bomb for Lath Rogue. Johnny maybe throwing down an orb. Maybe could drop down a meteor in there. Just really punish him for standing in one spot. Potentially. Shadow Step with a kid shot. Johnny has a blink for it. Does cover quite a bit of distance. And look at to keep pressure onto Lath. So far, he's been able to outmatch the Alma Rogue. He could potentially do the same to the Subtlety Rogue. Though Subtlety has a lot more CC. And potentially better survivability with those dances. Dropping down a Meteor, Kyrian burst to follow. It's going to be Vanish out of Lath. Does get put out in the over. And Johnny is going to be able to find him with a Cone of Cold. Still has a touch of magic on him. Potentially big blaster damage. Touch of magic does quite a lot. Barrage can be very deadly. Instead, Barrage is going to take him out. One more Barrage is needed. Got himself a blink. Lath is looking for the recovery. Barrage is still very, very effective. Extremely effective trinket with a blind. Another Barrage. Johnny just going for missiles. He needs one more big Barrage on a Lath. Lath cheat death. He needs one more Barrage. Just one more Barrage. Oh my god. And Johnny does end up fighting all these scoundrels. Catching them all out with their pants down. Unhow with 3. Again, I feel like it's another game where I just watched Unhow do well, or I didn't realize he did that well, and he apparently got 3. There was another game where I was like, oh my god, what's going to be the theme of it? But apparently Unhow got 3. I gotta go back and look at some of these boys. This is so good. I'm loving these beta duels, man. This is so fun. Chat, next week, real quick. Chat, next week we got ourselves pre-patch. Would you guys want to do duels on live pre-patch realms, or would you want to continue doing duels over in the beta? Which one do you guys prefer? Because in pre-patch we'll have limited talent points to spend. We won't have this many talent points that we have right now. We really can make quite crazy good builds. On live though, we will be kind of limited. Also on live, we won't have evokers until a little bit later. I actually got to see a duel stream. What's up, Dan? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my guy. How you duing? How you liking these duels, man? Chat, let me know which one you guys see. Pre-patch, both. That one probably be good. Howdy, what's up, Anton? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. 103, 104. Yeah, so would you guys like to see pre-patch duels on live or beta? Pre-patch to change things up a bit. Okay, we can do pre-patch. We can maybe do pre-patch, and I guess we'll just do pre-patch stuff because it is live stuff. If anything major comes out for beta or otherwise a pre-patch, okay, we can maybe do that. We need more evokers in these duels. I feel like really watching them and creating the builds. Yeah, we definitely need a lot more evokers, man. Definitely. What killed me? Sepsis, pistol shots. Sepsis is actually quite good for Outlaw. It was a big like blaster that she did there. I thought someone hit me really hard. Cinder strikes, dispatch hit for 45, man. I think that dispatch and then going for back-to-back dispatches is highly effective. That was a crit too. I think that's what we'll have to do. You have to play that artifact weapon talent with our build with Rogue, and you have to play into what am I trying to say? Dread blades, and then back-to-back eviscerates. Is it Maxi Rogue that did that? No, it was somebody else. But I think you have to play for Dispatcher, and you have to go for as many dispatches as possible in a full stun. And probably do that with a double deeper strat, because I think that'll be very, very effective. Alrighty, let me know how you guys are doing. Well, in groups, I will get another one ready. Pre-patch? Okay, a lot of you guys are saying pre-patch, so I think we'll do pre-patch then. Yeah, once the pre-patch comes out to live, we'll do some pre-patch stuff. Not all the classes will be maximized, but I think it'll be very, very fun to see how people are performing. And there'll be live realms too. And hopefully it won't be this like buggy, stuttery gameplay either. Gonna be fun seeing how broken class will be. True. Another thing is, for pre-patch, they did say that tier sets will be disabled, so that'll be very interesting to see what kind of synergies people come up with. Covenant abilities will be gone, legendaries will be gone, so it'll be down to gear. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how players do. Yeah, I'm down to bring him to life, man. I think it'll be really fun. And then we could do like what? I guess like first week we'll do pre-patch, see how that goes. Maybe then week after that we'll jump back on the beta. And then the day evokers get released, we'll hopefully have like all evoker gameplay, all evoker duels at some point. I think that'll be very, very fun. We'll be unbalanced, yeah, but fun anyway. For sure. Definitely. But that's the most important part. Is it fun? That is something that I focus on too. Yeah, but pre-patch, I feel like on previous expansions, pre-patch has never really been super balanced. But yeah, hopefully it'll be quite fun. Lath as well as Johnny, let me know if you guys are ready, or if you guys are Dunsky, and I can take over for some of these groups. Get some more boys in here. Yeah, definitely. Always broken. A big fat Dutch buzz in the beta? Yes, they are. Yo, they're so good now. Okay, well, not amazing, not overpowered or anything, but they are now. Now they are effective. Still needs one. Gonna lock a different character? Sounds good, my guy. Yo, looking for one of us. If you guys want to join us, my man Johnny Bravo needs one more. If y'all are out here, want to whisper my man Johnny Bravo, they need one of us for 5v5. Magics, if you want to join in on these, now is the time to do it. You're probably watching the stream on the side somewhere. I'm looking at you right now. There's one more spot we need. That would be Shadow Priest. Russo also needs to get a chance to play. It was in the last duel, but I don't think he was actually in, was he? Looking for one more? Let's go, boys. There's quite a few of you guys out here that are down to join in. I would love to get a lot more of you boys out here, like a lot more variety in here. Okay, let me do it like this. Oh, he says invite. There we go. ASUS test. We can get an invite ASUS test in there. So that'd be good. And then Lath. Yeah, if I would Druid, I see ya. Yo, Lath, is there a viable Boomy build, or are they still in flux right now, man? Because last time I looked at Boom is over. Oh, you are. Let's go. Hey, I was about to say, man, what is going on? Hey, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm excited. Now I am excited. Also, I don't think you need enter rate, by the way. You might want to change your stuff up a little. Drop that enter rate. Break up something like anything really else. Pick up Stampede or I don't know, Sunfire. Do it. DM is via Incarn. Man, that is so. I really was hoping Boomies wouldn't be very Incarn heavy. I was hoping maybe they'll be back with like damage over time and stuff, more sustain. Let me see what I can do. Go for it. Hit me with it. Do your best, man. Do your thing. Oh, that in-card damage is quite high though. I do like that. I wonder if there'll be a possibility for Boomies to be like very survivability heavy. Johnny says it's 5. Last, let me know when you're ready. Poggers, I do want Boomies to be good, man. I want him to be good. I don't want him to be just incarnation bots. That's what I really don't want him to be. Russo, if you got a one shot you want to try on me, man, I'm over here. All yours, bud. Is Paladin still a class? Yes, Manu, Paladin is a class. While they didn't get too many new stuff in Dragonflight, they got a lot of the stuff they've had over the previous expansions consolidated into this one. You basically have everything from previous expansions available all at one. You also do have some more playstyle options, like Retribution Paladin gets more Consecration support, which hasn't had before. Protection Paladin should be fairly tanky as of recent changes. Last time I heard it was fairly tanky and fairly survivable. Russo got some blasters, man. Wait, I didn't die? I swear to God I thought I died before you started channeling on me. I swear to God, I thought I died. It looked like you had me literally at 1 health, and then just needed to drain me at the very end. Holy Paladin they got a lot more support for the caster playstyle, which has been kind of dead in the water. But the melee playstyle is still highly effective. They did nerf them slightly because they were effective, but it's still going to be really strong. Don't get me wrong on that one. Pain, hit me with it. Hit me with it, my guy. Give me that big blaster. Wait, are you trying to like ramp up on me? Or are you just trying to like let pets do work? Is that what you're trying to do? I think you need a bit of a setup with a hand to go down before you can really go for like big pet one shot, right? Alright, well we're ready. Lath, let me know if you're ready. And we'll be good to go. Or if you guys need uno mas. I think Pal Selfless Healer challenge is bugged, at least for red. Is it really? What's the Selfless Healer one? Is it the Flash of Light one? There's a red pally out here, maybe. Farewell, try something. Okay, I want to try it. Yeah. Hit me with it. I'm gonna be out here so you can at least like see me. Do your thing. Don't make SWAT heal a lot more. Oh, okay. Is it like broken? Is it like too good, or is it like not good, not doing well? What are you trying to do to me? What are you trying to do? Just try mushrooms? You know, there used to be these birds that droids used to do back in the day, when they would drop down 3 mushrooms and you could explode them all at once, and you would do a star surge. Oh, okay. In PvE it heals me for like 150, but in PvP it's like 30k max. Yeah, I think they do have some scaling to it, Russo. I think they do have some scaling. That wasn't horrible. It didn't look super effective, but it was okay. But it's kind of okay. What's it take for? 46,000 damage. I mean, I guess it's like, it's also slow, so it's fairly effective in that regard too. Also, it does do more damage with Nature Eclipse. So if you go for like full Nature Eclipse, like hit me with 2, once you get a mushroom, hit me with 2 Starfires, and then drop a mushroom on me, because that's nature damage. And it actually gets buffed up with your Sunfire and your Solar Eclipse. Yeah, so hit me with a couple of Starfires, get a Nature Eclipse or Solar Eclipse, and then hit me with a mushroom. Yeah. 10 seconds? Yeah, I got some healing. Like, we can see how effective that thing is going to be, but it could be kind of okay. You would need to buff it up, though. Yeah, a couple of Starfires, and then make sure I have Sunfire on me. Okay, Solar Eclipse, all good. All the dots are in. Mushroom. So the mushroom does, yeah, 46,000 when it's fully empowered. I guess it's decent-ish. 20k on crit, not bad. It may be okay, but it's, I don't know. Dot is kind of like short-lived. It may be good in big AoE. I don't know if it'll be that good for PvP, but maybe it'll be good for like RBGs to slow people down and do a little bit of damage over time. So what, good? You guys think it's good? I guess I'm just not maybe I'm just like have a warped feeling behind it. I'm like thinking of like, I should be able to like do a substantial damage increase. I'm thinking like, oh man, it should be like a Kingsbane in a way. But I guess it's not terrible for like instant cast to drop it down, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Alrighty. You wanna blast me? I don't got much healing. Root, and then drop it on a mushroom. It's a decent bit of damage, but it's like, I feel like my passive regeneration is able to deal with it though. That's kind of how I feel about it. Especially like if I put my pest on the side and you hit me with a mushroom. Yeah, all birds are dead. Some Hodge, you got my pets. You just gotta leech resources off of them. I guess the mushroom also does give you PI or resources, doesn't it? So that's good there. Gotta heal myself, just give yourself a little bit more burst towards me. My Starter are just gonna do a little bit of damn. Yeah. We already have so much sustained damage, it will be much too greater if we have dots and instant damage boomies. You think so? Yeah, I guess I gotta play some Boomy in PvE. It's been a while since I've actually seen a Boomy in Mythic Buses on the beta. They're out there, just I haven't run into one so far. I think people are just playing Flavor of the Month and Boomy's just not quite there. It's still good, it's just like not... I remember it was pretty popular when the newest changes were up. Alright, let me get you guys in an arena. What is that No Canute arena again? I want to go again. I like that one a lot. I like that one. No Kudon. I need to like think of like no Kudon. I need to think of like a better way of like saying no Kudon. Because I keep calling Nakanute, and it's like that's not even how you say it. That's actually factually wrong, Dal. I don't do it on purpose either. I just keep forgetting what you call it, but it's kind of sick in my brain once we actually play in the game. Once it comes down to lie, I'm sure. Have you tried the new Halls of Valor yet? I have not really been able to play Halls of Valor, no. I do want to get into some of that tonight, maybe off stream, and definitely tomorrow on stream and Monday. I want to play a lot of Halls of Valor, try that out for a dungeon. How has it been so far? Has it been overtuned, undertuned? How's it been? What's the early reception? Because I used to love that dungeon back in Legion. I used to love it. I thought it was actually very, very doable. It was hard and tyrannical, but it was very doable and fortified. I remember like playing with friends and pushing that one particularly. It was pretty good. We didn't play like meta comps. We just gotta play it with friends. So we had what Owl Rogue, Sub Rogue, where they weren't really popular at the time. For Twitch, and it was an interesting experience to say the least. We got ourselves ASUS test over for the team one with Gabi as a Windwalker first up, and at the ready, we got Johnny Bravo in the back with Russo and on Halasaz with bodies over for the team 2. Feral Druid, Claws over there as another Feral. We got Lad Druid as a Boomkin, Pain as a Demonology Warlock, and Dragon as a Dragon. With Gabi getting hit with an opener by bodies. Looking to body him down immediately. In cap, Gabi taking a lot of damage though. Wait, Gabi, you may be in trouble. Wait, Gabi turning around onto bodies. Bodies just sitting that stun. How does Body not panic over the Lexi? Literally just kind of shivering out of there. Just doing a quick shimmy. Why? How did Gabi take so much damage in the opener? What was that? And Bodies, the fact that you didn't trinket and panic, immediately pop a defensive there. I am very surprised. You trinketed something, I'm not sure what, but it didn't look like it. I might need to look back. Maybe you did panic. I have no idea. What was that? Gabi looking to maybe reposition around bodies. Looking out for this Feral Druid. Dustifying this menace to society. Opener by bodies. Got the full bleeds onto Gabi. Gabi with a big defensive. Trying to see if he can live mad damage out of this Feral Druid. Gabi looking to survive. Oh, wait, what? I'm sorry. Wait. Feral is dead. What'd you do to that man? I honestly was about to watch Gabi die, and then I kind of like passed out, like thinking like, oh, he's gonna die, and then saw Hellbar disappear. And I'm realizing I'm still my camera is still tracking the monk. What? Monks or something. In cap onto Claws. Immediately Lexi gonna be a trinket to follow Gabi. Hitting him with a Fist of Fury. Gonna be a War Stop. Gabi may have to back up out of there. Gonna be a quick interrupt onto the Convoke. Back it up out of there with a quick Vivify. Ring of Peace to follow. Claws can't really approach him easily. That's a pretty decent spot for that Ring of Peace. It's got a little bit of like height to it too. Z-axis on it. Gabi looking for that through the mist recovery as the Feral opens up. Is going to be heavily DR'd. Oh my god, Gabi, okay. Man, you're just beating up these druids like they're pinatas. This man. Woo. Hopefully banned from these because they can't lose. So monks, man, I mean, this guy is doing work. I think he's just, he takes a lot of damage though too. Like Gabi gets super low in health, unless it's just him messing around and he's just like letting his health drop low just to make it kind of like, make the enemy feel like, oh, I got him. I can maybe turn this around. That or maybe they are actually kind of squishy, but they do a ton of damage. So they're like a glass cannon. They're a powerful glass cannon. Definitely emphasis on glass. Big emphasis on the cannon. Got himself a jab towards last. Looking to close the gap. Going to be a bit of a defuse. Magic. Lexer, but a last. Does he go down? Trying to go for a big setup. Big rising sun kicks. Back-to-back fist fury to follow. Last does get survivability. Looking to get some rotting damage towards Gabi. Big star surge to follow. Dusty turning around. The dots are still on him. Got himself quite a few soothing misses. Last setting up a bunch of stars all over the place. Literally stars are littered throughout the arena. Last needs to reposition some of these. Is picking up the stars. He may be able to get a knock up onto Gabi. Doesn't pick up the star, but it disappears in the last second. Got himself thorns, but it's going to be a karma. Gabi turns it around and does an fist of fury down the druid. With Dragon looking to close the gap, looking to take him down. Gabi has nowhere else to go unless he got a port. He may be looking at that port right now. Raygun needs himself mobility and a quick fast cast. Root onto Gabi. Does break out of it for a second. Raygun. Okay. Well, there it is. That's a monk right there. What just killed him? The Shadow Priest has seen no action. The Shadow Priest Russo? Yeah, with Gabi doing this kind of damage, I highly doubt Russo is going to be able to see any action. Like, Gabi kind of needs to throw the game. Well, maybe against Painbreaker. Pain so far has had himself a hell of a match. So maybe Pain will be the guy to take Gabi down a couple of pegs. You know what I mean? Gabi mounted up, setting up behind the pillar. Going for a wind strike on the pet. Are you going to eliminate it? Is that pet dead? You just wind strike the pet. Is that thing dead? You're kind of general of place. I can't really tell. Pet is taking a bit of damage. Pain can't really catch up to Gabi. Can go for an Axos at some point. There goes the Axos. Get him some full pets. Gabi taking a bit of damage just from the pet alone. Mortal Call sending him in the other direction. Going to be a tricky to follow. Got himself Diffuse Magic as well as a Dampen Harm. Axos by the pet as Painbreaker takes a bit of damage from Gabi, but does go for mostly a Dark Pact in order to recover a lot of it. Big gate which will set himself up. Gabi using the mobility. Dragon kick all over and then roll over and port back over to her previous position. Just able to go from zip code to zip code, from area to area of the map. Nothing is stopping that man. Obelisk down, stun to Gabi. Those pets are going to be quite effective as soon as Painbreaker gets more than one of them. Gabi taking down the Obelisk. Not a lot of people go down to kill Obelisk anymore. I see a lot of people sit and look at the Obelisk waiting for it, but they don't really go to eliminate it, which is super unfortunate because it is effective. It is a very, very powerful utility that Warlocks utilize. The pets are effective. Main Felgar does go. Painbreaker having to summon a new one. Big Demon Doggers. I think Gabi doesn't want to fight at all. Gonna be Mortal Coil. Actually sending him kind of off the ramp, which is perfect. It's gonna use the mobility to get out of there scot-free. And that's gonna be the pet stunning him with the axe down. Look at what punches. Gabi is the one who's supposed to have the strongest punches in the game. In Capital Pain, Lex sweeps him. That's gonna be immediate trinket with a Fell Lord dropping him down. Gonna be Gabi trying to see if he can take down Painbreaker. Big Fist of Fury does get to parry down. The Fell Lord is gonna go for a port as soon as he realizes he's just not breaking through these defenses wall as well as the Dark Pact, keeping Painbreaker alive. As Gabi looking to reposition behind the pillar. Got a bunch of kicks and jabs for these pets. Looking to close the gap. Zuen is up. Images are available. Gabi's kind of low on health. Pain no longer has himself a big defensive. Got him some mobility though. Stunning to Gabi from a mile away. Tired right after. Gabi is going to be big trouble. He's just jittering everywhere. Trying to go for a see the miss as Pain closes that gap so quickly. That gateway so perfectly laid out for him. This is such a good setup. Mortal into Gabi. Doesn't quite go down yet. Got him so big. Thunderfuse onto Pain, but the may just go down here next. Axos could be the end. Got himself a bit of a ring of peace. The Demon Dog is the one to charge over, but they can't quite reach him. Gonna be the axe coming down. Stun to follow. Gabi with a trinket. This man has got a limited survivability here. Pain, if he can close the gap somehow, he'll be in a great spot to see a port. Obelisk around the corner. Gabi looking for that Soothing Mist recovery. Narrowly escaping the Warlock. And so far he's using mobility. You know what? Now we're starting to see the pillar down the middle does allow mobile classes quite a bit of line of sight. Though Pain with his pets right now, I mean, those things do quite a bit of work. Gonna be a Pain boarding over, got himself a different position. Gobby still continuing to be a little Gobby on the run as Pain set up another gateway, trying to go for a little bit of an angle to it. Setting up a gateway up top as well. I think Gobby at this point just doesn't want to fight any of those pets at all. Pain is going to have to go for a big setup with the Gobby. Back-to-back stuns. Gobby does not have a trinket or anything, so for Pain, this could potentially be a good go. He just needs to find a way to disrupt Gobby as he goes in for rolls, as he goes in for ports. He needs to get all the pets on him and then lock him down. If he can maybe go for an Axos as he goes in for a Dragon Kick, Serpent Kick, in order to cross distances, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Slow into Gobby immediately. There goes the Dragon Kick. He doesn't really have any ways to back out. Going to be a full stun, but the Incap is going to stop Pain Breaker in place. Mortal Coil to follow. No ticket available for Gobby. He's got him into full fear. This is where Pain could go for a proper setup. In fact, he's actually going to go back it up out of there instead. He's actually going to separate behind to the other side of the pillar. I think he's going to play defensively, maybe waiting for his wall to be back up. Maybe that's what he's trying to do at this point. Gobby does have a port. Looks like he resets it up. Kind of so he could chase right after Pain, and Pain sets up a whole nother gateway, a whole nother port, just trying to reposition himself entirely. Gobby looking to close the gap, does get a pretty big jab. Leg sweep, that's going to be a trick out of Pain. Got himself full set of pets, stun to Gobby to see him second stun. It's going to be a karma, could potentially just break right through it. It's going to go for a big port. Gobby right on top of him with a Fell Lord. Oh! What did Gobby do to him? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I need a damage breakdown of that one. What just happened? Could somebody give me like a death log? Oh my god. Could I talk to the coronary about what happened? What is killing you? Ban monks? You guys in chat want to see monks, but I guess we did see monks for the day. I think that's all the monks we need for the day, right? What is, I just want to know what's killing you. Thunderfist? Jesus, didn't they nerf Thunderfist? Wait, so they keep buffing the ability of the artifact weapon, but then they nerfed Thunderfist. That was fun. I believe it was, Gobby. When ruining games, you're not ruining games, Gobby. Don't feel that way. You're fine. Just your class is a little bit funky. That's all good. I'm glad you were able to show us, man. I mean, imagine if this went under the radar and the game released like this. How many people would be upset? It's better we catch it in the beta than when we catch this once it goes live. Thank you for letting us know, dude. That was I always enjoyed big surprising burst. Last, that's actually perfectly fine. If you want to play and go last, so you can be on cleanup duty, that's not the worst idea actually, because then it could be like a damper or whatever. That won't be the worst. I'm actually okay. When Rookie already demonstrated this on the monk, did he really on the beta? RSK boy, RSK is OP. Rising Sun Kick, is that what it is? I do. Lath or Bonebreaker or any of the Feral Druids. Do you guys by chance have a breakdown of the death log? What happened to you? Or not? I do want to see his build. So he's got Thunderfist, he's got Rising Star. So I'm gonna guess he does the Rising Sun Kick chance second time, right? But does it actually do a second Rising Sun Kick? I don't think it does it? Fast feet. You got the hit combo. Featuring the Monastery. It's a Fury. So what's buffing his overall Rising Sun Kick? I guess not the tier set too, right? If you explain it. I don't know if he is though. He's not even playing the tier set. Oh, he's playing two piece. This increases the damage of the next to Rising Sun Kick by 30%. Wow. That's really effective. Okay. So that together with images, together with Zuen and Tiger Lightning, together with Thunderfist, together with Glitter Dawn, together with Fast Feet, Rising Star, higher crit chance. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. What does it hit for? 100% Rising Sun Kick basically. Wait, how does that 100% crit though? Because I know you get Sky Reach, but what makes it 100% crit? Because this is 30% more damage, right? Look. It's like consistent, my damage isn't up there. Really. I'm running this one's battle gear. Oh wait, okay, hold on. I was gonna say maybe like a tier set. So that's damage, not crit. I thought maybe it read crit. Zone's battle gear. Rising Psychic crit reduces with Fisted Fury and critical strike chance of Rising Psychic is crit by 50%. Wow, together with Sky Reach, actually 100%. Yeah. You are correct. Literally 100%. Man, Demon isn't bugged. Demon just overtuned? Maybe. So long as the P, all I have to do is just one-shot it. I guess so, yeah. Deal him so you can see the damage. Yeah, actually, Gabi, could you just show off the damage for me? Like, I can set some pets for ya. Could you get, like, the biggest hit for on me, man? Just so we could see on stream. Yep, the pets are there. Want it? Yeah, big. Uno must. With haste or not. Whatever is going to be the biggest one shot that just one bangs me. The biggest, most explosive hit. Whatever gets you that. Whether you choose to haste or not, that's fine. That's a win. Ooh. So, Thunderfist, by itself, it's... So that's just Strike of the Windlord too. That wasn't even Rise of Sun King, but you have all this Strike of the Windlord with Thunderfist if that crits. And then you have a Rise of Sun King that's 100% guarantee if you do Fist of Fury. Once Spirit didn't hit. Yeah, I can see that. Like only I wish I could look... Oh, we can move it. Oh, I'm stupid. I see 3, but maybe one of them didn't hit. Maybe you're right. Because there's like a Strike of the Windlord two-parter. That's crazy. Alrighty. Johnny as well as Lad, let me know when you guys are ready, or if you guys need more. I'm sure we can get some of the boys out here in the Duratar to join us for some 5V5 1v1 duels. Let me know, boys. Warlock is 100% overtuned. So to one-shot something that's overtuned, the class must be no broken. I mean, to a degree, yeah. I'm not gonna disagree. I don't think a class should be able to. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Monks, I don't know. I think one-shots are okay to a degree. Like, there's got to be a way to outplay a one-shot. There's got to be a way to counter a one-shot, I think. That's how I probably would manage it, boys. That's probably how I would, like, handle it. There needs to be some kind of, like, a way to get around it. If it's a one-shot, they made the game so fast-paced. They did make the game very, very fast-paced, ever since Shadowlands, specifically. And then Dragonflight, I wonder if... also, chat, remember this. We are still in the development stages. We are still in the beta. None of the final tuning numbers have happened. Right now, I think they're just trying to figure out like where the classes should be. But then there's a set of final tuning that usually happens before the expansion releases. There's usually tuning in pre-patch, usually tuning once the expansion releases, and usually a set of tuning after the first week of Heroic and PvP. Those are the big ones that you need to be paying attention to. So none of these numbers are final. So as you see in Monk's Dominant right now, don't lose hope, don't lose fret. Thinking like, you know what, it's just going to be... The game is going to go straight up to monks the whole time. They are strong right now, but there's going to be a final set of tuning at the end of the day. And they've been doing a lot of tuning this week specifically. The monk one shot is actually a bug. Is it really? Is it like scaling or something? Because I know in Hit Shamans were having some weird scaling. SOFTWL. I don't even know what the acronyms for monks. I don't know them at all. SOFTWL. 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 Strike of the Windlord? Oh, that's what I'm on. Base damage is broken? No crit buff. It for crit? Wait. Is it a guaranteed crit? It is crit twice for 100k. Is that what that is? The Strike of the Windlord 100% crit chat? Or is the damage just bugged? I'm orangey lucky. Thunderfist is for 40k though, man. Then the auto. Yo, 40k. That seems like a lot. Didn't they nerf that one quite a bit? Frozen Devotion too. That also does quite a lot of damage. But that auto definitely does quite a bit. That's a rough one. So what is the Thunderfist supposed to be then? It says 40k. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's supposed to be 40k then. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. So Thunderfist is actually from Legion weapon. Yep. So is it scaling off of that weapon? Is that what it's doing? Because the numbers are probably not tuned for the current expansion. They're probably using the numbers of like the old expansion, aren't they? Probably. Oh, like spaghetti code style. Yeah, is that what it is? So it may be spaghetti code, man. Maybe very spaghetti code. Pre-nerf was sitting for 70 to 140k. Yeah, it may be like 500% plus 500% attack power. That's what it is. Okay. So they literally copied the ability and are trying to scale it, but it's using different power coefficients. The math is very, very different then, yeah? You know what? I'm not 100% if that is true or not. I do believe it though, because I think there's quite a lot of spaghetti code. So my thought process is it's likely that that's the case. I would like to get some confirmation, like a blue post about it, or somebody that can really go under the hood to see some of the numbers and scaling. But I'm more inclined to believe that it's probably spaghetti code that's causing it to be like super highly effective. If it is specifically, if it's copied a Legion ability into the towns directly and not remade entirely new. Because then usually they use the math and you have to find a way to tune it and scale it, and then there's something weird about it. This is why it might have actually been a better idea to not reuse the same ability, but rather make a new version of Thunder Fist that functions consistently. But then you probably have like a code bloat, which also could be issues. I feel like that's the thing about every single expansion. Eventually run into things, no matter the expansion, one thing you'll consistently run into is spaghetti code. PC for invite one more. Laugh, let's look for one more, boys. If y'all want to join up, Laugh, if you list us up in Raids the Legacy, I'm sure we can get us as a +1 or 2 in here. Hey, there are any Magics? Magics, you want to join in? Hey, Magics. Magics. We doing more duels and we need a +1. Would you wanna join? Smiley face. Maybe he's like not into it. Maybe he is into it. I'll just ask him, see what he says. Maybe like, yo, get me in on one of those. Varg, also, Varg, you're more than welcome to join us. I'll see if Magic responds and I'll give him a second. Magic rank 1, I like it. We'll see if Magic wants in, and then otherwise you can maybe get a bargain here. Pretty nerfed was hitting. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot. Quack, what's up, Duck? How you doing, my man? That Warlock went night. I enjoyed that. The monk, couldn't be honest. That was fun to roll for. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hey, lads, Magic's, where's Magic's at? Magic's is, where is this beautiful butterfly? Be out here dropping somebody in. Wait, Magic's? Magic's here. Hey, Lath, come here. Magic's, my man Magic's out here. Lath, where are you? Lath, come here. Oh, he's bursting somebody. Lath is looking for a +1. There we go. Lath is looking for a +1. Lath, invite Magic's, so we'll be good to go, man. Ready? Did you get him? Did you get Magic's? Tell me you got Magic's in, man. I want my man Magic's in. I can't be asking Magic's in DMs and like not being able to get him in. You get invited? Jetty, let me know if you need one more too. Or if you guys are ready. Or Johnny. I keep saying Jetty because I keep seeing your real ID, but it's Johnny. Yeah? Okay. I think I got one. I think I got him then. Maybe. We gotta change. Are you good, my guy? You're chilling. Okay, just to make sure, Johnny, real quickly, and Laugh. Let me know if you guys are ready. Whisper, Var. I'm a Johnny's group. Oh, okay. So we got Johnny. It's Vindy actually. Vindy, Johnny. Wait, what? Okay, I have no idea if the group's already. I'm so confused because I have the DMs open, but I don't know if the messages were recent or not. I'm ready. Okay, cool. Lath, are we ready? Oh, Lath is dueling. I'll give him a second. I'll let him just, I'll let him have a match or something. Who are you fighting against anyway? Lovro? Trying to see if we can blast him out. Is disintegrating you. Do you have the big go? Oh, Lovro actually backing up out of there. Look at that guy rooting you. Look at that guy go. Wait, Lovro, maybe actually like Evoker main? Trying to go for a breath. Trying to see if he can psych you out. You make it use mobility. Sleepwalk. Almost gets it. Trying to go for an interrupt. Trying to go for big breath. It's going to be a big blast for last. Potentially gets Lovro down. And Charlie starts to follow. A little bit of damage. It's going to be Lovro also with turn surge getting stunned up by Lath. As Lath is actually kind of low on health. Definitely needs to go for as much recovery as possible. Disintegrate is going to keep putting pressure on him. Trying to go for Sleepwalk. Does get the sleep. Lath gets the CC opener. Trying to see if he can go for a big blaster damage. Just see how one shot. Oh, wow. Oh my god, Lath. That is so clean. That was so perfect. Man. I feel bad for that guy, dude. He got. I don't understand Evoker. He basically decided to go for like a setup and then go for a big go for the mastery, just to make sure he got himself like the proper full maximized damage output. You know what I mean? That's more or less what you had to do. Is there a bear setup heavy? Laugh, let me know when you're ready. Gotta sleep, one shots, I'm dead, get sleep. Yeah. Dude, that's how I think Mocha has to play in PvP. They gotta have to go for that CC sleep and then go for the burst. Because that sleep does last for quite a while. So it gives you like an opportunity to really have a go. So the CC is actually, oh, back to, I thought ASUS said this was back up to 15 for a little bit. Is it back, was it back up to 15 and then down to 10? Is this supposed to be 15 chat or am I losing something here? Maybe I'm losing my mind. Let me know when ready. And it'll be good to go. You ready? Okay, okay. I want to throw you guys into Black Rook Hold. I like that arena. 30% DR? Yeah. Also, when you have that wall and you cannot be interrupted, that's also an interesting dynamic now that you have 2 cool charges of it. That seems really good. Yeah, I think Evoker definitely got potential. It's hard to tell like how amazing or overpowered they're going to be. But if anything, chat, they definitely got potential. Would you guys agree with me on that? Like, we don't, like, I think they're going to be good. I think they have opportunities to be good. Maybe in certain specific compositions, they could be really, really good. They definitely got like a very different kit, which could give them like advantages in arenas. Specifically for like 2v2 and 3v3. We haven't seen a lot of the PvP talents. Like, they have a PvP talent that does, think of ultra time for mages, but you do it on the other person, you do it on the enemy. They get low on health, you put an ultra time on them, they go to recover, they get put back to the same spot with the same health numbers. So you could really trick somebody out. Really trick them out. Just got out of left field. Alrighty. Yo, let's get another going, boys, yeah? To Twitch. I got ourselves Gabi over for the team 1. I think they're gonna let this man go last on that cleanup duty. We got ourselves Johnny Bravo on the team. Russo's and Shadow Priest. We got on How and Varg. I gotta swap down to both of them weirdly. We got some Bone Breaker on that Warrior, charging out versus the Fury, charging in versus Russo, doesn't want to let him get in setup, Spirit coming down, looking for the big wombo combo, one shot Russo, can't really go anywhere, trying to go for Soul Field, has to go for Disperse, looking for the reset, looking for the recovery with his Siphon slowing him down, Bone Breaker getting locked down in the stun, does not have a trinket, Mind Games are going to be detrimental, silence of the Bone Breaker, does go for a quick pummel onto Russo, but Bone is in a bit of a weird spot. Russo is playing the Shadow Spikes, Mind Spikes, which is a Shadow Frost damage. So you can lock down a Shadow, you can still press those. Stormbolt again onto Russo. As he got himself a full PI, Bone is just getting channeled on by that tentacle. Not much you can do about it. Trinkets to make sure he breaks out of the CC. Kind of dropping low on health. Needs to go for as much self-recovery as possible. Needs to play it very defensive. Needs to look out for his own life as best as he can. It looks like he's prioritizing healing whenever possible. Bloodthirst needs to be used every single global. That's get himself a short charge. Looks like he wants to go counter-aggressive versus Russo. He needs to at some point get aggressive at some point. Got himself a big charge, maybe an execute potential. Stunned by Russo. Does he have enough damage? Bone Breaker is outside of the execute range. Get him with a silence. That's going to be a quick pummel onto the Mind Games. Does go for a Stormbolt. Maybe shouldn't have put those two together. Needs to go for Reflect at some point. Fear. Does he have a way to reflect it? Oh, Mind Games takes him. Oh no, that is so rough. If only he had himself that Xerxes, but I think that's why Russo, he waited until Xerxes was out and then hit him with a fear. And then he had to do it to him. That's how they just have to do it. If only he had like Xerxes with a Reflect, that maybe would have given him a chance. Russo under a ton of pressure by Feral. Few seconds until he can get himself a Disperse, but Claw's not going to even give him a chance. With Johnny Bravo going to be up next. Johnny has fought Claws a couple of times now. Claws does not give these boys a breather at all. Claws just stays in there. Just keeps rampaging on these boys. Is going to get himself frozen early. That is going to help him get DR'd on any incapacitations for later. Big blast with the meteor coming down. Johnny in the full bear form. Does go for a skull bash onto that Kyrian setup. Locking Johnny out of Arcane. Johnny should potentially get himself another Kyrian go. That's going to be a blink to get himself a bit of a different position. Big blast out of Claws. Claws does get super low. That's going to be another Kyrian spark to follow. Doesn't have an interrupt this time around. Johnny dropping in big orbs to follow. And Claws does get an interrupt. There goes the interrupt quickly versus Johnny. Got himself Nova to at least prevent Claws from approaching, at least stopping him in place for just a second. Got himself movement while casting with Ice Flows with an Arcane Missiles. Claws doesn't have an interrupt for a few seconds, which gives Johnny an opportunity just to free cast into him. Johnny needs to be very careful of his own health. Ring of Frost onto that wall. I don't really know if that's actually going to end up getting Claws frozen. Is it? Maybe? It's like it's so weird. I imagine like if it walks on the floor, it will. But it's kind of like on the... Or is it Z-axis? Because maybe you put that ring too high up. The Z-axis, that height, makes it so you actually can interact with it. It's very, very weird. World of Warcraft is very weird on that Z-axis. The jump, because you can jump over certain things, like as a CC. and it just won't affect him. So when something's a little too above you, too below you, it just doesn't even count. It's weird. Johnny getting opened up on by claws. Look at you seeing those bleeds right back into the mage. Johnny with a touch of the magic potentially could get himself a big go. Johnny again getting skull bashed on in his arcane every single time. Radiant Spark is back up. Maybe he can get himself a big go. Johnny super low in health. Claws does recover behind the pillar. Johnny still has like Kyrian set up onto the claws. Maybe could maximize some value off of it. Maybe could maximize the pressure. Looks like he won't be able to. Claws is just super aggressive on the skull bashes. Every time he sees an arcane cast, he will interrupt it in case he needs to. Especially if it's going to be the Kyrian burst or if it's going to be one of Johnny's arcane surges. The big blast. Ring of Frost setting up around him. Johnny just looking to give himself a bit of a breather. Claws making sure he got himself recovery with health. Moonfight to harass Johnny, not giving opportunity to get any kind of health at all. Johnny looking to knock him back into the ring, but doesn't quite catch him. Feral leaping in towards Johnny with the route to follow. Johnny at least got himself some shields, and the man is gonna have to find himself some sort of recovery at some point. Novo into the Feral. He can at least harass him from range, but he can't quite lock him down unless he can catch him in a polymorph out of cat form. I think that's the only way he does it. Johnny vs. Claws again for the 5th time. Have these two really been fighting each other 5 times tonight? Back to back? It's crazy. That's actually insane. Claws. Power shifting between bear form and cat form. He wants to make sure whoever has access to the skull badge in order to pressure Johnny. He doesn't power shift into human form nearly as often. Johnny trinkets out of that what looks like a stun. Trying to go for the Kyrian. Baited out with the kick. Potentially can have himself a proper go. Claws has a bash to follow. Johnny backs away from the Convoke and is going to be able to establish some Ring of Frost. Claws does want to go for a couple moonfires. Johnny's super low on health. Does not have an ice bucket anymore. And Claws looking to close the gap. Johnny with an invis. Try to see at least get himself a proper invis. Meteor coming down onto Claws with the Kyrian. Again, the skull bash comes through and Claws taking him out. That is a rough one, man. As an arcane mage against a feral, you can't polymorph to really get a proper like opener CC chain. So you have to find a way around it, and it's just kind of difficult. And Claws has been super aggressive with that bear form. Because arcane is so hit and run, Claws doesn't have to worry about taking sustained damage. So maybe this is where I wonder if Johnny could change up this gameplay a little bit. Big stun onto Varg. Claws take a lot of damage to his best too. Varg with a massive heal. Claws looking to just kind of peel behind the pillar. Got him some Berserk Bear from Friends of Region. Looking to go for a bit of recovery. Varg trying to see if he can get himself a better angle. Sorry for them jittering, by the way, boys. Like, this build, everybody's kind of jittery when they're safe. Double stun into Claws. Could be in a big trouble. Claws looking to find himself cover behind pillar. Does he have any more self-healing at all? He's trying to go for as much self-heal as possible. Regrowth on keeping him alive. And Varg pushing in. Does he have anything else left for Claws? Got a full chimeric poison rolling through him. Claws does have a lot of his damage reduced as well as healing. Super low on health. Could be going down and it's going to be kill command. Taking him out. I wonder if Varg is playing the kill command executes or if he's got himself the double kill command combo. Lovro is going to be next with a bit of a self-heal. Got a full root onto Varg with a sleepwalk. Not much you can do about it. Does he have him ready with a fire breath? Looking to blast him out. Does he have the big go? Eternity Surge is going to get reflected with a turtle shell. Varg can't really do much against Silver. Needs to find a way to stun him. Living Flame right after him. Varg, if he sees Lover move, he's definitely going to stun him. Maybe he has a pest stun to chain off of that. Living Flame by Lover can't quite catch Varg, but he's just going to get behind the pillar. He didn't know if that Living Flame was for him. Sleepwalk again. Does he have a proper go? Maybe. Disintegrator right after. Varg got himself a bit of a heal. Lover looking to be able to blast him out. Wait, is he trying to heal him? It looked like your Living Flame is trying to heal the guy. But I think it's maybe bugging out, potentially. Over knocking the Hunter back, but it's taking a bit of damage. These pets maybe can ramp up. Varg just sees himself land aside. Maybe a pet stun. Full burst on Lovra. Big blast on Varg. Does it go down? No! Lovra does end up taking him out. The Evoker comes back out with on how ASUS. Gonna be up next. Looking to maybe lock him down. Lovra needs a defense of something, anything. Maybe an immunity? I think it's over. Yeah, I'm not gonna give him a break. With a Dragon, try to see if he can prevent on how from getting a proper go. Does hit him with what looked like a star. Shattering Star as a man went for a vanish. I think the star missed. Or maybe connected. On how does use a blind very, very early. Stun into Ray Gun. Choosing not to trinket. ASUS is back up to playing assassination rather than subtlety. Reagan looking for a bit of a heal, got himself Battle Master Circuit. Cloaker Shot is for on how really early on. So for Reagan, this could be a perfect opportunity to maybe get some kind of counterplay. Needs to see onto on how, and he'll be in a good spot. Sleepwalk does get to control him. Does he have a proper go? If he has himself a proper self-heal, or maybe proper brush right now, this could be a perfect opportunity to do so. And on how does get himself a bit of a reset. Does hit him with a root? Dragon, slow it for a second. Does he have himself a proper go? Disintegrate? Maybe can get himself big damage onto on Hal. The rogue dips behind stealth, and Raygun looking for a reset. On Hal utilizing that pillar to catch himself a proper go again. Raygun almost catches him out in the open. Is going to chicken, trying to knock him back. Sleepwalk to follow, get interrupted. Nullified shot for Raygun. Needs to go for self-healing. Looking for the limb flame. Maybe that gives him enough survivability. On how just needs one more go versus him. He can't really stop the guy. Raygun looking for as much self-healing as possible. Limb flame to try to keep himself afloat. He got himself a wall as well. On how just needs a bit more damage to take him down. And Raygun got himself burst. Maybe big damage. Oh, big fire about to follow. Oh my god, disintegrate. Almost get him down. On how still somehow alive. He got himself evasion. Let's see how fire damage burning him. No, dots are off completely. Does Raygun have enough damage to disintegrate? Oh my god, and how after let's turn it around. How do you turn that one around? Lath going back on the Evoker with disintegrate, just trying to finish off what the other guy started. That's going to be a living flame versus on how unless he can stop it. There it is. On how Lath needs to find a way to fight Gabi. I don't know how you do this. He needs to find a way to beat this monk. This monk got a pretty fatty one shot. If you can somehow bypass this monstrous monk and defeat him, this would be actually kind of insane. I'm surprised Evokers are doing pretty well tonight. They didn't get a lot of kills back to back, but all of them together as a team Evoker, they're pretty good. Gabi taking a bit of those disintegrate damage around the corner. Latch trying to go for a big setup. Root onto Gabi. Does he have himself a big go? Big breath. Oh my god! He did it! The monk has a big one shot, but so does Lath Evoker. Oh my goodness. Claws with 2. Lath going back up with 2. Vark slaying a kill. Gabi tried his best, but kind of just got screwed with that root. On how coming back, I'm surprised he actually beat the Evoker. I thought it was really going to be that close of a game. He kept the dots rolling. Them dot damage of assassination is so potent. Oh my god. I'm so glad assassination can do dot heavy gameplay, by the way. I wanted that for so long. I wanted you to be an affliction warlock with daggers, and you could build yourself that way. And I'm glad that Blizzard gave you an opportunity like this. I'm sure it's going to get nerfed, but the fact that you can go for that kind of play style and play into it, it's awesome. Arena scaled you guys to a 13 item level? What the? Really? Why? Is it because it's Black Rock Hold? It might be because Black Rock Hold is broken. I won't do Black Rock Holds anymore, Chad. Yeah. That's weird. I think I've had that happen to me on a Black Rock Hold as well when I was doing, what was I doing? I was doing, that'll give us a hook point. I could probably give you guys a hook point. If you guys are ready to go, I can go again. I think it did it to me when I was doing like a Warlock thing, and it even gave us level 60. It gave us level 60 to 13 item level, which was just weird. I'm ready? Ready? Alright, boys, let's go again. So do you, okay, chat. Oh, Russo swap it? Okay, we'll give Russo a second. We'll give Russo a chance. We'll give Russo a chance. Let me know when Russo is ready on how. I'll be looking out for your message. You got what you deserve, pal. Man, it's crazy. Apparently that arena was scaled weird. Hopefully it didn't mess any of you guys up too badly. It looked like everybody played about the same as you guys normally did in all the other arenas. But yeah, there's probably a bit of weird scaling to it. So do we do a hook point? Because on how it really wants to do a hook point. I love hook point too. I guess we could try a hook point. I was going to go back to the grand, but we could try hook. I'm just hoping hook isn't scaled weirdly like these others. Do hook point. Okay, we'll do hook point. It is an arena I like personally. For Gabi. Dude, Gabi, I mean, honestly, like if Gabi gets kind of RNG'd there, Gabi has a one shot. So like Gabi definitely got like a big gun at the ready. Just Lath ended up getting like a nice chain. The root was perfect as the Tiger's Dust came out. And that was just one of those situations where it was like, well, there's not much you can really do in that kind of a situation. You know? I'll see if that worked out. Did it work? The Demon Hunter tonight. We didn't have one tonight. You're right. I didn't even notice. You are correct. We didn't have a Demon Hunter this evening. Let me try again. I'll try hook point. Maybe hook point doesn't work. I like the name Misty Palms, by the way. I like that one a lot. It's a panda with a big fist weapon. It's called Misty Palms. I like that one a lot. I just like that synergy, that combo. Panda named Misty Palms. And then fighting a paladin, Cherry? Cherry Berry? Got himself big. Dammy. Paladin could maybe one shot. Are we gonna? Oh my god, that man with the hammers. Just throwing out a entire tool shot onto Misty. Misty trying to pop a defensive. Oh my god. Okay, hook point isn't working. That or it does. I lied. Hook point does work, chat. Yeah, if anybody wants to pop on a Demon Hunter, you guys are more than welcome to if you want to switch around. But you can play whatever class you want to. Normally we have Leroy in here, but Leroy, he wasn't in this week. Hope the guy's okay. Maybe he was playing some live. Maybe he's just taking a break until pre-patch, which could be a possibility. Also, chat, I hope you guys don't mind that we normally we have a rule that we don't want too many of one class in these duels. So we usually do like just have 2 of like rogues, 2 of feral druids, 2 of whatever. But with Evoker, since it's a new class, I'm kind of like waiving that rule just because we can get more Evokers in these duels. I want once we know like if the buff Evokers are like super giga good and they just dominate duels, we'll go back to like okay, 2 Evokers at a time. It's just it's a new class. I want to give everybody a chance to like give them a go. You know, I want people to give Evoker a proper shot. I think it's a really cool class and I've done good stuff with it. I like it a lot, and I really think people should give it a solid go. Like, man, maybe it won't be a class for you, but I just kind of want to like, I don't know, get more people to try it. Give it a solid chance. Twitch. Got us as Lath, gonna be first up over the team 2. On the team, we got us a Lovro and Raygun as them Dragon Boys with Claws and Bonebreaker in the back. And Lath gonna be first up versus Nori. Nori already got wings. Big final wreck. Lath knows it's gonna be big trouble. Trying to see if he can back up out of the goal. Big blast over to Nori. Wait, whoa, bubble out of Nori. As he got like no hold whatsoever. Definitely needs to go for recovery. And Lath is looking fairly safe, fairly good. Oh my goodness, Nori backing up out of there. I don't know if Nori expected to get locked out like this. Locked out on Holy as well. Big heal though. Oh my god, what is that burst? Wait, Lath, what are you? I am sorry, what? What was that burst at the end? And on how? Oh my god, why did they have to send on how at you, man? On how is this a killer? Oh, Lath is gonna have himself a hell of a game trying to fight, see if he can fight against on how. I don't know how you do it. Trying to go for a sleepy time on him. Man is probably gonna go for a trinket. Oh my god, blasting him out. Cloaker shadows, wait. Okay, Lath. Woo, full recovery. On how is right next to you. Got it with a sap. Wait, you still have dots in you though. Eyes not picked up. Oh, he just go for a big dragon breath. What is this damage? What is this burst? Red is so bad now. I'm sorry, Vlad. I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know if red is that bad. It is an evoker you were fighting though. Like getting one banged by a class doesn't mean that yours is bad. You know what I mean? When you get ran over by a freight train, doesn't mean your bones are bad. It just means you got ran over by a freight train. Full dots on a Lath. Does he have any ways to stop it? Maybe an immunity. Does he have ways to cleanse all those dots off of him? Because on how he's just gonna sit behind the pillar, Lath is gonna have to profusely start healing himself. And how can push in and just make some pressure happen. Lath is trying to recover as best as he can. I don't know if this man got any kind of immunities or any kind of big recovery bonuses. Got some mobility, looking to get it for a sleepy time, trying to go for a self-heal. Definitely needs to go sleepy time onto on how at some point. Got himself a big star onto on how. But the man is going to go for a reset with a blind onto Lath. Lath needs something here. Shortest stun in the world though. That may give him a bit of advantage. Short stun, root onto on how. Does he have a proper go? Maybe he has another go for him. Trying to go disintegration. Big blaster damage. Got himself big shattering star. Does he have himself a proper setup? Looking to reposition. Another disintegrate. Uninterruptible. Is going to get interrupted for a second there though on one of those kids. And how just literally bowed him. On how bowed. I think on how knew what was going to happen. He hit him with a quick bow. Like I know what's going to happen. I'm out of cooldowns. Literally knew what was going to hit him. I am surprised he did a bow. It looks like they sent Gabi first. Gabi wants a bit of a revenge. Not give a Lath an opportunity. Oh my god. Lovro. I thought you guys were going to keep Lobby on a cleanup duty. I'm actually... Yeah, I'm surprised. Wait, maybe Lovro got a big setup. Gabi doesn't get sleep for too long. Does he have an intro? Oh my goodness. Okay, we don't need to do that. Gabi, we put him on a cleanup duty because he got that one shot. And the man does have big one shots. But like I said earlier, it feels like Monk is kind of a glass cannon. You do a lot of damage, but like you don't live long either. So like, you know what? I feel like it's okay, I guess. Oh my god. You can't just have a Voker running around one-shotting people. Man, Lath, you're just... I am also on how, by the way. That was such a cinematic little bow. Like you knew what was going to happen. That was the coolest thing ever. Scripted content, chat. Lovro taking big damage. Maybe Meteor coming down. Looking for as much self-recovery as possible. Interrupting Johnny Bravo. Looking for big damage with a breath. Getting knocked out in the open. Trying to go for a breath. Is going to get some dot damage on Johnny. Maybe can go for a bunch of Living Flame instant casts. I think this is going to help him. Looking for a self-heal. Trying to swing around the corner. Johnny getting blasted out. Trying to go for a big Arcana Sphere. Nova onto Lover. But Lover get quite a lot of arcade damage back to him. Got himself a Temporal on top of it. As Lover looking for a Living Flame to get himself back up on heals. Lover with a Disintegrate. You can't really stop an Evoker once you're just chasing after with Disintegrate. Johnny does have Alter Time though. So Lover is going to just camp him. He knows he's going to be up here. He knows he's going to be poking out. Bali, does he have an interrupt? Trying to see if he can maybe prevent the CC with a breath. But he kind of missed it. I think it was just basically ready. I just want to make sure I avoid CC. Maybe that's what he's trying to go for. Lover looking to get a sleep onto Johnny. Try to go for a root on the other side. This is going to go for a bit of a self field. Maybe living flame. Maybe a sleepy time. Does go for sleepy time. Gonna be that Will of the Forsaken Rachel working for that sleep. I haven't seen a sleep effect in so long. Dude, that's so good. Johnny with a quick poly onto Lover. Does he go for himself? Good big arcana sphere. Interrupted. Oh, Arcane. Lover knows he's gonna get CC at some point. He's just gonna walk into it. Touch the magic. Radiant Spark. Could be big trouble. Knocked back on Johnny boy. And Lover looking to reposition, getting interrupted, nullifying shot. At least he cannot be CC'd. Johnny is gonna have to go for a lot of cleanses, a lot of spell steals in order to steal all these buffs. Looks like he's able to at least take one of these charges to get himself CC immunity. He isn't able to collect all three, but he's able to get one above his head. So Johnny taking away a charge of that shroud. Now Johnny doesn't have to worry about getting CC'd. Able to get a proper breath, poly. I think he wanted to do that the other way around. He went to poly, then get a breath going. Radiant, that's gonna be Lover, trying to see if he can deal with it. Got himself a wall and able to get interrupted. Maybe big damage. Johnny got some damage of his own. Lover trying to see if he can fight right through it. Got himself plenty of healing. Johnny got himself cast. Maybe he could get interrupted. Living flame for Lover, trying to go for as much self healing as possible. There's gonna be a bunch of missiles around the corner with an arcana sphere. Lover better be careful with it. Might want to use mobility. Trying to see if he can get out of there. And does get rooted as John tried to catch him in place halfway through, but is able to avoid it. Interrupted on fire for a second, but definitely needs himself as much self healing as possible. That's crazy. Johnny needs to find himself a way to deal with this. Lover gets some big blast. Maybe interrupting Johnny. Does he get a proper go? Johnny has alter time. He's going to be able to alter back, but Lover still got plenty of damage. Oh my god, big blast by Lover. Oh, Johnny. Johnny thought, you know what, the worst is over. And then Lover just hit him with it. These evokers, man, tonight are just doing work. Lover looking for that sleepy time onto Varg, doesn't quite catch him. Stun, Lover could be in big danger. Lots of pet damage, trying to see if he can go for some recovery. Chimeric Poison stopping him in place. And Varg does have to go for a bit of a reset. Wait, is Lath back? It wasn't Lath dead earlier? Did they res Lath? They may have res Lath. So Lath, I don't know. Yeah, if Lath is... Lath. Could you start... I was gonna be like, Lath, could you go in like in a corner somewhere and just kind of dance around like a cheerleader for these boys, just to make sure we're aware that you're not actually in. He did play it, right? Or did I imagine it? Spectating, cool. Big damage on the Varg with Convoking Spirits. Does he land the turtles to follow? My goodness. I was kind of waiting for Varg to like set up, or Claus to set up big damage, big blaze, because he has a little bit of like, he has mostly like a damage over time build with a couple of bites and then one big Convoke. So it's kind of like a lot of his damage is very, very passive. Does catch Varg in a maim though. Varg looking to get himself as much health recovery as possible. Is very, very low on health. Trying to see if he can maybe cut the Feral into the freezing trap. Does get to, but he's going to break his own freezing trap. Varg may just go down right here. Claus, I think, got him on the ropes and does end up taking him out. My goodness, man. These evokers blew all expectations out of the water. Look at that healing too. They can catch up quite a bit of heals. But the damage they do, the burst they got, is quite good. My goodness. Now tell us what you did to one shot so often. Now you gotta share with the class exactly what you did. Yeah, Chad. So, you know what we said earlier at the beginning of the stream, like, man, I think evokers have potential. I still think they have potential. It's just, it's a very different class. It's a different beast, literally. Man, it's so good though. Evoker's scary. Yeah, Evoker is scary. I'd rather for Evokers to be a scary class and like a real competitor, real opposition as a new class of the game. Imagine if they make a new class and it's just a punching bag. It's just the worst. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. Show the class how you do it. Show the rest of the boys how you do it. The class must know. Big burst is the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to know exactly what he did, chat, let's recap. So he activates Pyre, not to send Pyre out, but he activates Dragon Rage to make sure his mastery max all the time, even if the enemy goes low on health. Shadow Star to make him take a little bit more damage. Big Fire Breath for a crit with a what's this? Tip of the scales to make it insta and maximum empowerment, which makes it more upfront damage. With a Living Flame, so Living Flame, tip of the scales, instant, or tip of the scales ahead of time. Living Flame, instant Fire Breath, Disintegrate to follow. You can also adjust it a little bit. You can do some other stuff too. You can do that combo, but you can also do Eternity Surge. Also, if you're playing a, I think Syncopation or something it's called, or Desyncopation. I gotta look it up. Scintillation. Okay. I got it wrong. But Disintegrate have a chance to fire off an Eternity Surge with 60% effectiveness. Because to get Eternity Surge to have a shorter cooldown, the ability itself can do quite a bit of damage by itself, even at Empowerment 1. So that could also be quite bursty. Yeah. Oh, also, I wonder how much healing you guys got from Renewal Blaze. That seems like it'll be really, really good. Healing from most sources. I wonder if like a 30-second cooldown shorter, like a minute CD on that would be better or not. Also, can that ability be used while stunned? I doubt it, but I think that would help him maybe with survival. You get stunned up, use that ability, prevent enemy from going on ya, and make it a minute CD. That would be something. Alright. Lath, Jetty, or Lath and Johnny. Let me know you guys are ready. No, it can, but it should. I think so. I think so. I think it would help them out a lot. But they were ready? Awesome, awesome. What arena do I throw you guys into? Another Nagran, maybe? I've been doing a lot of Nagrans just because it's like an even ground for everybody. Yeah, exactly. I think it's called Scintillation. But it's a lot of letters all at once. Why? Oldham, you want the Oldham map? Really? Huh. You want to do the Oldham map? Chad, he wants to do the Oldham map. Tolveron map. Tolveron. Veron. I could do Tolveron. If that's a better map for Evoker, I'd like to give Tolveron a try then. Yeah, I'm gonna try Tolveron, man. It's been a bit. It's not my favorite map. It's way too big in my opinion. We're gonna try Tolveron. It's usually really good for pharaohs and monks and rogues. We're gonna try it. Maybe an experience and a half. But we'll try, man. We'll try it. Did it work? Did I misspell it? No, it's queued up. Okay, okay. I can delete queue. It's all good, it's all good. It seems dog for Evoker. But he said he'd like to try it, but we'll see. I mean, Evoker does have a lot of mobility, so maybe that'll be a good map for them. But we'll see. We'll try it. How's Outlaw Rogue looking? I think it's not bad, Cameron. I do wonder how good it's going to be for PvP. There's not a lot of people really trying it. I think right now Assassination is leading the charge in damage. At least when it comes to PvP. It's highly effective. Very, very effective. So I need to give Outlaw a proper go. I'm looking for the final tuning, but it does have a lot more control. And last time I played it, it seems to have pretty decent sustained damage. Basically what Outlaw has now. So I don't think it should be bad. Share Rice, how you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Assassination as well. I like the Mog. That's a good one. That's like the Season 2 normal PvP set, right? That's gone now. And you got Kingsbane? Hell yeah. Mark for Death? I guess Mark for Death makes sense for Assassination. Go for double Envenoms and stuff. Not playing that Echoing? Interesting, you went heavily on the top side. That's interesting. I like those builds too. I think those could look really good. Okay, now I can queue. Let's try it again. Showrise, you want to join us sometime? If we get spots, if you have space, you're more than welcome to. If we have space. Oh wait, requeue again. Okay. Because love died. I'm gonna wait for love to come back. Okay, now we're gonna go. Is Fury Warrior now better than Fury Warrior in SL? Hey, Fury boys, how would you describe it from you guys playing it? I know for PvE, it feels really good to play. From like a PvE DPS perspective, it is awesome. But I think for PvP too, it has a lot more survivability than before. I mean, Fury wasn't bad in SL, but I do think it's seen improvements going into Dragonflight. Yeah, I think it's seen improvements. Like, you really have more of a build choices. Because previously you just kind of played one build, but here I have a bunch of effective builds, and it feels like a lot of them are very good. Much better now. Because, like, it wasn't bad, though, was it, right? That's the thing. It's a class that's bad becomes good. It's very noticeable. Like, Arcane Mages with all the CC chains they can do now. And Frost, for that matter. And, like, Warlocks, how tanky they are. Rogues getting access to, like, Thistletease, Stealth, Shattered Ensabi, and all that stuff, right? Shamans with their talents. Class talents is what I'm trying to say. But, like, Fury wasn't bad to begin with, but it is better, I want to say. Yeah, so chat says they're better too. Yeah, so I think I like him. Warrior is definitely one of the classes I'm interested in. More utility for PvP and PvE. That's another good point. Good Twitch. We got ourselves Nori gonna be first up as a Retribution Paladin with Reagan trying to see if he can swing around the corner. We decided to do the massive 12-round arena just for the boys that are the evokers to see if maybe it'll give them an advantage or two. We normally don't do 12 round. It's an arena I try to avoid, but give this one a try. It normally ends up being like the best arena for monks, druids, and rogues and stuff. So we'll see, maybe that'll change with the evokers. Maybe they can utilize it somehow. Maybe the large space, the open area helps them a ton. Who knows? Raygun, trying to see if he can avoid Nori. It's going to be big damage out of Nori. Raygun trying to go for as much self-heal as possible. It's going to try to reposition. Trinket immediately for Nori. It's going to be sleepy time, but it's getting interrupted. Mad maybe in a bad spot, trying to go for a bit of damage. Oh, big burst out of Nori. Bubble out. Raygun just trying to see if he can just scuttle out of there. Nori just felt like they were at an advantage. They had cooldowns rolling. They got the intro. And Raygun, in just 2 spells, was able to just pressure him so much. Another Shattering Star with a bit of disintegrates. Raygun getting a lot of procs, getting blinded out. Nori could potentially be a pretty good spot. He's going to go defensive. Blinds normally are perfect for paladins in order to get some damage in, get interrupted onto Raygun on the green, stun to follow. Does Raygun have any more survivability? Nori's kind of out of cooldowns, but maybe can get enough procs in order to keep himself floating. Raygun try to go for as much self-healing as possible. Looking to disengage with a living flame. Recovery as a paladin looking to chase, but that pony can only do so much versus a literal dragon. Ray trying to see if he can back up out of there. Blessing of protection, not really stopping the evoker. Got himself full fire breath on the sleep. That's a big damage hit right after. Does he have an interrupt? Does have an interrupt. Disintegrate. Could potentially take it down now. Basically, oh, so close. Oh my god. Nori escaping the clutches of defeat and does find himself victory at the very end. With a wake of ashes cleaving the evoker in half. My goodness, Nori. That was a hard fought win. Is going to go for a bit of a with Bone, as Bone giving him as much of an honor duel as possible. Actually didn't just charge out at him, catch him off guard, give him opportunity to recover. That's what I like to see in these duels. Honor duels. Nori with the Shield of Vengeance. Bonebreaker is going to go for a quick fear from a distance with a Stormbolt as he closes the gap. Spirit to follow. Does he have himself a big setup? Looking for a big go versus Nori. Does he have the execute? Does end up blasting him out. What was that, a fiery hit though? Please don't tell me you were using that Darkman Fair trinket, did you? Don't tell me you used that thing. They nerfed that thing, didn't they? That or you guys just stopped using it altogether. Which if you guys will just stop using it just for the sake of like us being honorable, hey, I appreciate it. But I imagine they would have nerfed it by now, wouldn't they? Bone is gonna have to find a way to do versus Gabby. He does still have hold on to parry. Invisibility. I'm sorry, this warrior just used invisibility inside of arena. Huh? Wait, Bone, what is this? What is that? He actually reflected the trinket because Nori is a trinket? Wait, so Nori was using that big trinket and he reflected it? No way! Wait, Bone is insane. How did you go invisible just now? Gabi's like confused. He's like, wait, this man shot a melted on me. Huh? Warrior Invis, new meta, man. New meta. Blaze Stormman tried to get away from Gabi. Big damage on the Bone. Does have a parry. As long as he's able to parry some of the damage from Gabi, he'll be okay. Trying to see if he can fight through Fist of Fury. Immediate karma. Does Bonebreaker just try to see if he can break through our karma? Gabi taking a lot of damage. Does he go down here? Big Warbreaker. Does get a Stormbolt. Charging around the corner. Gabi with a trinket. Bonebreaker charging out again. That's going to be ring of peace to separate the two. On Gabi looking for that full recovery. Bonebreaker kind of limited on what he could do for self-healing. He needs to find a way just to get away from Gabi. Has a fear in case he needs to. Could break out of this in cap. Definitely needs to wait for a fear, reflect, fear, as soon as the Fist of Fear comes down. Does Bonebreaker have survivability? Maybe he's playing second wind. He's playing second wind. He needs to get out of combat. Gabi trying not to give him any opportunity to get out of there. Spear, taking him out with his images. Doesn't give him a break. Claw's gonna be up next, trying to get full bleeds. Wait, are you fighting the images? Or are you fighting Gabi? It looked like you were putting bleeds in one of the pets. Maybe not. Gabi goes for a board. Big defenses. Susan Miss trying to heal, but that's gonna show up the big bite. Oh, Claw's taking him out. That's gonna be on how next. Oh, you went Night Elf. I wonder why. On how as Rogue. Are you on Assassination? I can't tell. You can't tell with rogues anymore. You used to have like a cooldown. Hell, even if you just have Shadow Dance anymore, you can't even tell if that's an Assassin's Rogue. Shadow Dance? Anyone's game. Looks like it is a Assassination. It is. Deathmark. There it goes. Full bleeds on the claws. He goes in for a full wall. Trying to see if he can just cut all around here. He just spin it like a Beyblade. He's going supersonic. He's reaching speeds we've never achieved before. And oh no, just taking him out with the blades. The man just literally had to go in defense, bear form, and start praying to scenarios that he maybe survives past it. Lovro, is he going to be the last one left? No, we still got Lath back here. So Lovro is going to be next evoker up. DC Evoker's gonna fight, see if they can fight through on How. Varg and Johnny Bravo gonna be knocking up on How. Out in the open, leaping right past him. Look at me, get a setup. Does go for the silence. Oh, sleep. Cloak of shadows for the guy. Does get blasted out by fire breath, but had a cloak ready. Had himself the fire blanket just to cover himself from the heat. Lover trying to go for a bit of a heal. Gonna be cheap shot by on How. Does have another setup. Insurance Surge getting set up. Maybe some big damage. Trying to go for a big setup with Living Flame. Potential Living Flame does work. Gonna be a Shattered Star. Maybe Living Flame does the work here. Try to see if he can close that gap. Big Disintegrate with the Living Flame. The guy trying to get out of there from behind the pillar. Disintegrate is gonna proc out. Then she does. Does he survive it? The Evoker trying to see if he can swing around. Just a quick beam. Just hit him with a laser beam for just a second. Just poked him. Taking him out. Man, the Evoker got some damage. Varg skulking around. Lower at plenty of health. I don't know if he's got much mobility left. Is going to be binding shot, interrupted immediately. Lower can't even get out of there. Is going to get a rune to Varg. At least the pets are rooted too. At least one of the pets was. Knocking one of those pets back. Looking for a full recovery. Living Flame just get interrupted. Maybe the stun could be deadly right here. Varg got plenty of damage. Immunity for Lovro. Looking for the recovery, but Varg taking him out. And Lath is the last one left. Lath at least is given an opportunity like, hey, I'm the one fighting you. So Varg is not at least getting charged out immediately. Lath picking up a full shroud to immune himself from any CC. Silences or freezes, stuns, all those things. Not gonna be able to stop him. Trying to go for a big cast, trying to get interrupted. Varg getting blasted out completely. Oh my god, Lath doesn't even give him a chance. Walling off. Once he pops wall, he got immunity from interrupts. So as long he could use that wall in order to get super hyper aggressive. And he got 2 charges of this on a 1.5 minute cooldown, 30% damage reduction. And when he got hover, he can also move while casting. So he got himself Shroud, so he can't be interrupted. He can't be CC'd. He got himself immunity from interrupts, so he can't really be stopped. He literally is just unabated. Literally nothing can stop that man. Johnny going in for the quick polymorph for Lath. Lath is gonna have to be very, very careful with his bursts here. And gonna have to find a way to survive Johnny. Radiant Spark is gonna get knocked back. Doesn't get frozen. Goes for a trinket. I don't know if he really needed to go for a trinket, but he's gonna try to stay aggressive versus Johnny. Using wall really, really early in case it was gonna be big damage. I don't think Lath is gonna have a wall for a while now though. Johnny looking to reposition away from Lath. Lath kind of out in the open, waiting for the guy that's gonna be misses around the corner. Looking for the full root, but doesn't quite catch him as Johnny does duck behind the pillar. Lath trying to utilize his draconic mobility to maybe catch up to Johnny. Got himself a couple of slows. Gonna be Rune of Power for Johnny. Stunned up. It's gonna be a full disintegrate. Interrupted on fire though. Lath still has plenty of survivability, plenty of damage. Trying to go for a big heal, a big sleep around the corner, but doesn't quite get him. Is going to use the mobility to try to catch up to Johnny. Big sleep to follow. Johnny got himself plenty of defense. Has a trick in case he needs to. Is going to go for that undead racial. Actually, with that undead racial, he's shrinking his on cooldown for a little bit. So that's interesting. Lath does give himself immunity to CC. Johnny can spell steal parts of that shroud. Those charges of shroud. Actually, maybe Lath decided to cancel it. As he was trying to get himself a full buff. Using hover in order to stay mobile. Johnny again CC'd it again. Does Johnny go down with a blast? Taking a bit of damage. Not going for Icebug just yet. Breath onto Lath. Looking for a poly. Johnny taking a bit of damage though. Doesn't get hit by Fire Breath. Not yet at least. Ring of Power? Rune of Power. Johnny with a big meteor. Does Lath survive this burst? Could potentially maybe interrupt Johnny. Get him frozen for a second. Got himself some heal. Johnny actually goes in for Icebug as the breath comes out. Maybe he expected big damage out of Lath. But he definitely did expect and did try to counteract the breath. Because that could have been really deadly. Lath needs to find a way to get Johnny out in the open. Johnny goes for Invis. Trying to see if he can maybe whip him out in the open with those tail swipes and the wing flaps. But Johnny is able to skulk around. Play into that arcane wizardry. Trying to be that stealthy, tricky character. I always found Arcane to be more like on the tricky side. Kind of roguish compared to Fire, compared to Frost. Gonna be big Arcane Surge out of Johnny. Breath to follow versus Lath. Ring of Frost does get to freeze him. Lath trinkets out of it. Trying to go for as much recovery as possible. Living Flip to follow him. Johnny can't quite catch up to him. He has the normal blink and shimmer. Little bit sleepwalk. Does get disrupted. Lath trying to go for some damage of his own. Does he maybe get close to Johnny? Got himself disintegrate together with a Shattering Star. Maybe some big damage. Living Flame to follow. If only he can get around the wall. If only he can get around the wall. Maybe Trouble Runner was not that great for Evoker. Can you read Johnny through a wall? No, he can't. I was gonna say. It looked like that Shaka was gonna go past the pillar. Which would have been kind of nuts if that was true. Johnny catching him in a poly. Gonna be last. Actually trying to avoid the polymorph altogether. Big blast onto Johnny. Got him some temporal. Maybe goes down to temporal either way. Gonna be a full living flame. One more. Maybe a second one. Wall to follow so you can't get interrupted. Does he have some big blast for Johnny? He needs to find a way to close the gap. Johnny had no help whatsoever. He's gonna go for food immediately. This is where Lath needs to get in there, close the gap, and not let Johnny eat at all. If he can do that, he'll be in a great spot as Johnny goes in for conjured refreshments. It's really going to be up to Johnny to try to see if he can get around Lath. 30% dampening. I think maybe for Johnny, maybe playing defensive should be his priority. Dropping on Meteor, Radiant Spark versus Lath. Just trying to go for a knockback versus Johnny, looking to get out of it as soon as possible. Touches matches on him, looking for the recovery. If anything, the Evoker could definitely make some distance. He could break away from the enemy target, maybe hide behind Pillar, and then catch up a little bit healing. Johnny used all this just to send Lath Evoker running. He popped all his coolers just to get Lath Evoker as far as possible so Johnny could get himself recovery. So he really committed that cooldown to really get Lath out of his hair. Lath tried to see if he could maybe go for a hover, but does get rooted. Is there a PvP talent where Evokers can use the hover to like make him immune from slows and roots? Or is it just slows? Could be just slows. Dalaran not out for Shadow Meld Restealth. That actually makes sense. I think that was really, really good. I think Auric as well as Shadow Meld Restealth is really, really good too. Lath doesn't know that John is next to him. John is still maximizing the value of the stealth. There goes the mass invis if Lath is careful enough. Oh, actually ended up kind of mounting up at the right time, but John is still able to get him into full poly. And there goes Johnny, goes in for big damage. Lath has a trinket, maybe has a wall here as well. Radiant Spark, get a knock, frozen. Johnny, does he have the big go? Is this it right here? Oh, big blast into Lath the Evoker. My goodness, Johnny with a one-shot combo was able to pull it off. Well done. My goodness. Dude, everybody got a chance to play this game, I think. Just about everybody. My goodness. Maybe the only person that didn't get to play is, no, just about everybody could play, I think. I was gonna say, whoever got one shot by the monk. But I think it was a Bonebreaker, but Bonebreaker lived for quite a while. It was actually kind of a close duel, honestly. Could have been anyone's game at that point. Well done. Hell yeah, dude. This has been so much fun, by the way, chat. I've been enjoying this a lot. I should have just trinketed. It's one of those things where it's like you don't really know what was the right move until it happens. Only in hindsight do we know what we're supposed to do. That's about all we could do. We could just take that lesson when you're like, okay, I know he's got a big burst. Maybe I should trinket. But also it's like, yeah, that's about all we could do. I think you played it as best as you could, man. It's one of those moves where it's like you either do it or not, and there's nothing you could really do about it. It's either you... There's no way you're like predicting it. Laid it out. Thank you so much, Dragon. Appreciate you very much coming by, man. Appreciate you, my dude. I'd have to third person wall too. It is a lot of damage from that mage, man. I mean, it's a lot of damage for bust. It's a meteor coming down, rune of power, all of those things. So it is quite a big defensive, but also quite a lot of offensive value. And I think he also gets more chances to crit too if he was playing the crit mage. If he was playing Tier. Is Johnny playing Tier? I always want to know if Johnny playing Tier or not. No, okay, he's playing Tier. Arcane charge and Arcane blast critical chance increased and Arcane explosion increased, so he can probably get a couple of those Arcane blasts to crit. He just needs a couple of those to crit and he's in a good spot. With the Shaman Sag, honestly, you should have been here. I think it was yesterday or last week when Shamans were just absolutely dominating. I think it was week before. Enhancement Shaman was blasting people out, and I think this week it was still able to get one-shots in too. But maybe they have fixed it. Yeah, we had a lot of Shamans early in the week, man. Just this week we had a lot of more Evoker stuff, Warlock stuff, Rogue stuff, because a lot of those classes got buffed. I'm surprised we didn't see any Survival Hunters, because those guys got buffed with certain abilities doing up to 50% more damage. Did you see Snippet's video on Enhancement Shaman? I'm gonna guess he's a one-shot, isn't it? I didn't see it, but I can guess what it was. It probably was an enhancement going for a big zappy one-shot. We've had it happen here on this channel too. They gotta fix the enhanced one-shot. It's crazy. Is it still busted? Is it still one-shotting players, or is it like fixed? Because I don't see a lot of enhancement nowadays. It was working yesterday though. Somebody one-shot me yesterday, but then tried to do the same thing in Arena, and it wasn't working. I guess they maybe fixed it like at a hotfix and just never said anything about it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just like I guess I'm surprised. I guess there's some shamans out here. Maybe they're just running around one-shotting each other. Who knows, right? But we had none of the duels. And I just don't see too many out here in the Warcraft nowadays. Let's see that one live. I know, right? I think it's good that we find out all these one-shots in the beta early before they go live, because it gives everybody an opportunity to like go set up. Okay, I'm gonna pop my pets over here. You can use them for like compound building if you need to or whatever. Here we go. You wanna blast me? Do your thing. Big Dammy. Doing work. The balance could do pretty okay. Oh, awkward. That's all good. Did something go wrong? Did something not crit? Or maybe like no procs? That's all good. It's okay, my guy. I do want to see... They did nerf something about paladins. I want to see what it is. It was a... Divine something, right? Divine... No, not Storm. What was it, chat? It was like... When you have wings up... When you spend holy power, you splash damage in an AoE. Oh, this one. Sanctified Wrath. That's the one. Call upon light to become avatar, retribution, release, and holy shot cooldown. Oh, but that's different for every spec, isn't it? Yeah, I think for red, it's like... Or is it still all just holy shot cooldown, judgment cooldown? Isn't that radiate holy power whenever you spend holy power, it raises like holy wave around red? Or am I wrong on that? Maybe I got a wrong talent. Maybe I got him a little confused. I'm just a little confused. I'm getting old, she. I think that's it originally. I think it just reads a different tooltip depending if you're red, proud, or holy, and it gives me holy for some reason. Even though I'm looking at a red paladin. Does Bonebreak have a channel on so with him bids? Yo, Bonebreak, if you don't stream, I think that would be a good time to do so. A flashback where last was a Kane Red LMAO and then live Shabadustra. Yeah, man. That why I don't surprise if finally hits with a montage. Somehow I haven't made anything with main specs. That makes me sad deep down. Hey, maybe Dragonflight could be the opportunity for it, you know? What's even going on with survival is back to the bow. Okay, the pick. Technically, you can pick up a bow, but they do have you as a melee class mostly. There are some cool stuff with the survival though. Like there's a talent called Ranger that does exemplify a lot more of that range damage abilities. I was looking to see maybe the survival hunter nearby out here. There's a lot of dead bodies, but no survival hunter. Varg is BM on the hunter. So there's a talent called Ranger. It does increase the damage of steady shot, arcane shot, serpent sting, explosive shot, all your dots, all the range abilities. It's not enough to make a proper range build, but it is possible to make like a pseudo hybrid. You are still very heavily incentivized to go melee. Technically, there are some stuff you can do for range, but you are incentivized to go melee. Alright, Lorvo, hit me with it. Give me the big blaster master. Nullifying Shroud with a wall, literally unstoppable. Unless somebody just bursts you down. Oh, 2-1 as a enhancement? Dual wheel frost decay? Really? Oh, big blaster, living flame. Yeah, that's quite a bit of him. It's really a question of like, does it crit or not? Wait, no crit. Yeah, no crit. Wait, this Octa guy could actually just mess people up. Then they're bursting. He just makes a wall. That's messed up. Oh my god. Yeah, you just gotta need to crit on those. That's all you can really do. Or is it old school like they can use both melee weapons? It's kind of like old school. Like technically you can switch weapons around. Is Varg trying to go survival? Range survival? Okay, Varg is range survival right now actually. Yeah, Varg is kind of able to do range survival. Let me do a forfeit real quick. Let me try to let Varg show off some of the damage they could do. So you are heavily incentivized. You have a lot more support for melee. You technically can do some janky stuff with range, but you're heavily incentivized to go melee. You have a talent called Ranger, so increases your kill shot, surplus swing, arcane shot, steady shot, explosive shot damage. You can go for a lot of range damage with explosive shot. You can pick up rare shots, even surplus swing for damage over time stuff. But you are, at the core, a melee. This is the damage they can do at range, which is kind of okay-ish. Right? That's kind of decent. But you are very, very heavily beefed up when it comes to range damage more than anything. Varg, let me try to see. Do you have like a proper melee build, or are you just like, oh, cheesy survival? Because if you have like a melee build to like contrast it with, that'd be kind of cool to see. Or your range. If you're all range, it's a range build at the moment. Okay. So there are some weird stuff about, while I can bring you up talents real quickly, there are a lot of weird stuff with Survival Hunter's range, because like Fury of the Eagle, does it actually do anything, Varg? Can you just walk up and Fury of the Eagle me? With a bow, I don't think it does anything, does it? Yeah, so the problem with survival is ranged. There's not a lot of capstone talents that can support the ranged build. Like maybe coordinate soul, but it requires a melee two-handed weapon to even work, so it doesn't work. Spearhead also requires a melee two-handed weapon, doesn't work. Technically, if your eagle should work, but I don't think it'll really work. You can use it with a bow. So technically, you can hit him with a bow. You could use it with a bow. Okay, interesting. Did we switch to melee? Yeah. So technically, you can use that ability with a bow, but there's like a lot of your capstone traits that really maximize damage play into melee. Kill shots, I also don't think you could use kill shots with a bow either. I think you have to have a melee for it. Weird, I know, doesn't make sense either. But I think that's how it works. I think Blizzard really just thinks of survival as a melee spec and try to maximize the value as a melee. Like you can do quite a decent okay-ish damage with those kill commands too and stuff. Sorta. But like, yeah, it's kind of in a weird spot. Melee definitely ends up being a lot stronger. I can maybe go for a quick heal. So pick up food, all that stuff. I can maybe spawn some pets in. And move them over to the side. Pop them a heal so I can get a reheal. See if you want to have a proper go with me while I go melee. So a proper burst go, just get a couple of those mongoose bites in. It's so squishy to go real melee, yeah. Oh, you think so? You think it's actually going to be played as a range spec in PvP? Because that'd be interesting. Yeah, like it's a lot of single target damage, man. Physical melee damage of mongoose bites, 40k into like close to 40k again, a crit. It's a lot of your playstyles incentivized melee. So you are designed, like the development side said, you are a melee class. You're a melee class first word. You can maybe mess around with like a ranged cheesy build, but you are at the start of it a melee class. Now, is there going to be opportunity for somebody to make a potential build? Is there going to be ability for somebody to make something cheesy, something interesting, something fun? Yeah, 100%. Is there going to be ability maybe somebody makes something that's kind of viable that plays at range? I imagine for PvP, because in PvP it's not about consistent damage. In PvP you may be able to utilize the abilities of survival and the playstyle of survival to generate some kind of a build that works, maybe like a burst build that works, or like a sustained build that works, right? You may be able to do something like that. But for PvE, dungeons and raids and stuff, I don't know. I am skeptical whether survival can be competitive in AoE and Mythic Pluses. I'd love for it to be, even like somewhat remotely. Or maybe like you give up a little bit of damage compared to the original survival. Or maybe you get better at some parts than others, like maybe you give up single target but you get a lot better AoE, or the other way around. Or maybe someone like you give up a little bit of damage but you're a lot more survivable because you're not eating melee mechanics all the time. Right? Maybe there's something cheesy that can go on there. So I'm hoping they tune it properly, but I think their focus is going to be melee first. Is the getting zugged? Miss old survival? Me too, man, but they got wrath for that, I guess, you know? It's sad to say, but if you did want to play like original survival, you probably at this point like play some wrath. You know what I mean? I do like that they're still trying to make survival melee. I think it could have a lot of potential. I like some of the fun stuff. I like the playstyle, I like the aspects, but I really do think that maybe you should have done like 2 builds for survival. Kind of like how as a Death Knight you can go into like a dual wield breath focused Death Knight with Breathless Ghost, or you can go like a 2-hander playstyle, Mighty Frozen Waste, Obliteration. I think survival should have been able to do both. I think it should have had a capstone or maybe like a first ability at the very top that modified your playstyle, where you can go melee heavy or range heavy. And you had a certain part of your tree that went more into range damage, that was better for range, a certain part that went to more melee damage, or buffed both melee and damage physical abilities, but let the hunter decide whether you want to go melee heavy or range heavy, and gave advantages in both. They could have maybe gave more incentives to go melee, but range could have some very niche uses. Then I think you could bring like Black Arrow back, make Explosive Shot really core to the abilities and playstyles, all that stuff, yeah? I think that could have been really cool. But I don't know, I feel like I wanted to give it one more try with Experiment as a melee, but like if they can make Survival Hunter a really good melee that really stands on its own 2 feet. Oh, Big Blaster. I like those instances. Those instances are really good, by the way. You can go for like a breath and just let the dots do work. Get yourself some couple of charges of instants. Yeah, that could be really good. Now with a full stack, that could be great. Couple of instants, man, that'd be great. Yeah, that instant playstyle I think could work, honestly. I'm gonna give myself a bit of a heal. I guess I need to resummon the pets, yeah. Big scatalized. Is that something I could test you with? Made it work with a flame? Yeah, if you want to try that. That could work. I mean, to be fair, it's been doing well in scrim so far. Survival? Yeah, no, it's been doing good. Like, survival can also do really well in single target as well. Survival can do really well in single target. And it has done well, in Shadowlands too. Or it doesn't kind of look okay-ish with a tier set. It has its moments, but I think it just needs a bit more of an identity. That's all. Once it gets a bit more of an identity, I think it'll be in a fantastic spot. Oh, am I dispelling? Oh, I'm not dispelling pets. I was gonna say. Rocks in a row, huge. Oh, big blaster, instant caster, and another one. Yeah, I think it could work, man. Does get us instant caster PvP with all that damage would be insane. Hell yeah. You deal really good damage, but you get chunked by any other class other than the melee. So maybe you guys will actually play like a ranged PvP build. That could be interesting. That could be kind of cool. On CCD, dude, I know. Same, dude. Probably because of Pyres. Yeah, probably because of Pyres. I think that'd be kind of cool if you could modify it so it doesn't Pyre anymore, but it's off GCD. I think that would be invaluable. And maybe it gives you like some kind of like a blast or something. Pyre uses it's apparently really good in AoE. And Lovro, you do get to use that Pyre. It sends 3 of them at a time. So if aimers are stacked together, those 3 Pyres are pretty good. You don't invest normally a lot into Pyres, but the damage in AoE is really, really good. It's really good. Also, you can go for like Iridescence, and that Pyre will get damage buff as well. It's weird, but it can work. Pyre with using PvP. Yeah, Pyre is not really good. It's good for it's good for AoE, but I think that's what the whole design for it is. But for PvP, I agree with you. May not be the best ability. What's your opinion on Handsome Shamans? I think Shamans generally have a fantastic talent tree. I'm a big fan of their talent tree overall. I like Shamans in general. I like the way they play. I think they're really good. Big fan. What's up? I don't know if you know this, but Pro Evoker tip. What's up? Hit me with it. Hit me with it, my guy. Dragon Rage effects from Shard Blast. Oh, yeah, it does. It does. You're right about that. Yeah, if you can get a bunch of people together, use that and maxed out, that could be really good. Yo, Varg, hit me with a one-shot real quick. I want to see another one of those survival range burst combos. Give me the biggest damage. If you need to use my best to set up some damage too, you could do that as well. But Varg, hit me with that survival, man. Do it. I want to see it. I want to put these pets all the way over here so you can use them for dummies if you need a prox or whatever. I want to see that survival combo. The most damage is range survival. Hit me with it. Whatever you're most comfortable with. Or if you don't think you need pets, it's all good. Death Chakram, explosive shot, grenade, explosive. I mean, that explosive does a lot of damage, man. That explosive does a ton of damage. Did I see it anywhere? Okay, I need to find explosive shot. Where is it? It is 100k. Yo, explosive does 100k. Let's go. That is so good. Oh my god, it can crit for 100k. That's insane. And then kill command for 20k or 40k if you crit. Yeah, that could be nutty. Now I want to try it, man. Now I kind of want to try Hunter Survival AoE in Mythic Pluses or something. I think it'd be really fun. Maybe there's a possibility, chat. Maybe it could work. You never know. I don't want to give up hope. I like the hybrid weird builds and stuff. And yeah, I don't want to give up hope if I can help it. Thanks for that dally out to you boys. Thanks so much fun. Yo, Crazy, thanks so much for joining, my guy. I appreciate you. Glad you did the duels. I've looked at the heads for PvP. They were pretty good from the 5v5 duels and in, I mean, they were one-shotting people. But once they're not one-shotting, I think they'll still be very effective. They got a lot of range damage, they got a lasso, they got more totems for utility, they got a gust of wind to boost up over and move, kind of like leap over. Are we doing more? I think we're done for the night. It's about 9 p.m. late on EU, getting kind of late-ish for NA. And I appreciate you guys so much for joining. We had a 3-hour and almost 30-minute stream. I appreciate you. I think we're going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really do appreciate you. Tomorrow, we're going to do some Mythic Pluses, dive into keys, do some stuff on Forge. That's all good. We'll come back next... No, we won't come back next week. Next week, you guys want to see PTR. We'll debate at some point. We'll definitely debate at some point again. I'll ask the chat, maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, before the beta. Not PTR. I'm in pre-patch. I think we'll do him pre-patch, live pre-patch. Yeah, I got him confused. See, I'm here, still here. I appreciate you boys. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's super fun hanging out with all of you, especially you EU boys. I know it's late for you guys, and I do appreciate ya. Thank you all. Actually, maybe in arenas, that'd be kind of cool. It's got a gear reliant, huh? Yeah, so I think maybe when Evoker comes out, I'll ask the chat what you guys want to do. We may jump on the beta before the actual release at some point. Yeah, retail is rough because my gear is kind of scuffed. Yeah, okay, so I think we'll check back and we'll see if we do beta, right? We'll wait, let the pre-patch happen. We'll see how things go. Maybe we'll do like pre-patch for Friday and then maybe like Saturday do beta. Because I do like beta, the fact that we have PvP gear and it's all scaled up properly and all that. Like eventually it's going to be on live as well, but yeah. It'll be number 2 vendors is kind of nice. Peace out. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. We got a lot of class testing and it looks like Evoker really does have some value. I'm a big fan of that, man. I'm a really, really big fan. I like it. 50k? Yeah, 50% of your health. It's not bad at all. Hero doesn't affect damage with G Hero. Oh, you might have actually. I think Hero does affect some stuff. Does it affect the breath? Oh, you may. Oh, this is fire breath damage to actually try. It is more ticks. Ticks for arenas. That was a good one to 1v5. Yeah, man, it was awesome. We got plenty of variety tonight. It was great. We got rogues popping off. We got all these other classes. Oh, he does go back faster, doesn't it? It looked like he was kind of. It ticks way faster. That's kind of nutty. Just kidding. Oh, for sure. I think definitely it's going to be on there. It's the first time we've seen Assassin should go for like 1v4. It was insane, man. That bleed gameplay, it is so good. I loved it. Boys, thanks so much for coming by. Yo, Lath, Lavro, Varg, all you boys, Claus, all the rest of you, Johnny, all of you, Nosferatu, all of you, Az, and Madness is on how. Yo, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for coming by. Tomorrow, more Dragonflight stuff. I think so. I'll probably take it easy. Maybe we'll level in Wrath and get a couple of Duels videos done. Maybe do that in the morning or something. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, easily. You know what? I kind of want to first introduce it because today I released one of the Destro Rolex videos. I introduced the Destro that is back, and then I'm gonna build it. I think that's my plan. I want just to introduce Destro that is back, the next one, and the next one. Just gotta build it. Right? That's what I was trying to do. But I'm glad we got some Evoker action tonight. I'm going to have some fun. I really need WoW Model Viewer to hurry up and get Evokers on there. Because using a WoW head version of the Model Viewer is a lot difficult. They use a different engine. So Model Viewer uses something different that's more close to WoW with better lighting system and a lot more control. The WoW head one is very, very finicky. I appreciate the fact that they have it, but they use like Unity on top of it and has a lighting engine to it. And it's just really difficult to make them look good lighting-wise in thumbnails. At least I struggle too. But yeah, thank you all. You guys are awesome. Big tease. I've been doing this thing for a while, man. I didn't want just to give them a 1v5 and then a 1v3 as a Destro. I wanted to build it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Just introduce them. They're back. 30% buff is actually quite functional though. Like they actually do look like they do quite a bit of impactful damage now. Not like they're going in super overpowered, but maybe there's an argument for it. Definitely, if I talked to Atho about it, because he wasn't like super happy with the performance. You know what I mean? New kid on the block, and you're like, man, watching your class get nerfed, another class get buffed, doesn't feel good. I'm sure these numbers aren't final though. I'm sure they're gonna continue doing stuff. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll see you all you boys next stream. Alrighty, see you tomorrow. Peace.
Sure.